welcome back to Celebrity with Nene. So I'm Nene, and today I have Reese and Sean with me, and we are going to be recapping the latest episode of Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup. So this is going to be season 4, episode 19, Always the Bad Guy. Alrighty, and so we're going to just go ahead and jump right in. There's a lot to unpack with this episode, and so yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and start off with Chaz and Bramwell. Okay. So it picks right back up with Branwen telling Chaz is at the restaurant to meet Branwen there, and she tells him, basically she doesn't want these flowers that he has brought her. He can go give it to her friend Tawny. Um, you know, and Chaz actually respects what she says. He doesn't try to go back and forth with her really in the restaurant. He walks out the restaurant. He puts the flowers down like on a shelf there, and then he walks out and he's walking down the street. He's stomping. It looks like he's stomping down the street like somebody just stole his bike or something. And he's whining about his previous marriages, but I hate to say whiny because I kind of get what he's saying, but it does come up kind of whiny to me. He's just like he just wants a marriage that works. He just wants a marriage, a marriage where his wife wants him, and things like this. This is what he's saying. Um, Bramwin is sitting inside the restaurant. She's tired and she's irritated, and he's talking to other women and things of that nature. And then she leaves the restaurant with her friend. All right, so he sees her and he tries to talk to her. And she's like, F off, and is cussing at him or whatever. And I guess eventually he gets tired of being verbally abused by her. So he go ahead and he gets in his car and he leaves. Okay, so let's talk about Branwen and Chaz. And Branwen's behavior towards her husband. Um, we saw her cussing at him, which for me, I didn't really like that because I'm like, that's still your husband, and he hasn't done anything that I feel like that should have upset you so badly that you need to cuss at him. I don't know. You guys tell me, what do you think of Ramon and Chaz this week?
Yeah, that's a mess. Um, just like how it ended off last week, and it picked up right where it ended off, where he's bringing in the flowers, and she talking about take the flowers and give it to the other girl since you won't talk to her and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's like he made up his mind that he was not going to entertain with the what he had found. It's like he was just going to let it go. But she went there, and then when she went there about don't talk to why you talking to old girl Tanya,
Tawny.
the Tanya, and he to me he messed up because he should have said yeah I was talking to her, but he denied. Maybe because he was stung that she
Mm-hmm.
knew about it, but he should have had said, "Yeah, I talked to her, and then she had told me this, and I had looked into it, and then I saw all it said. I didn't want to believe it, but this the only time I had talked to her, and I wanted to see what she was saying was true.
Yeah.
Instead, he denied, and then finally he was like, "Yeah, he did talk to her." But in her mind, she trying to justify, she trying to make him feel bad for talking to other people when she herself is actually talking to other people. And
Right.
you know,
Hanging out with other people because
right,
she hung out with the other guy. And,
right. So and we know that. We don't
mm,
know exactly. The only thing we know is that one little conversation with Tanya. But we know what she's doing. And she knows what she's doing. So now
right.
she's trying to project all of that onto him like he's the bad guy. So now she can justify herself doing whatever it is that she's been doing, and even the more so as the preview has shown. Now, the other thing was that the producer had asked her about the thing online, the escort thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then she denied, talking about she was doing it for a friend. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and then the producer had asked her that if you're doing it for a friend, why your picture's on it? So and then she
Yeah.
just want to act all dumbfounded. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so yeah, are you really doing this here? And now you trying to make it seem again you all innocent, you doing nothing wrong, so.
Mm-hmm.
And then I felt bad for him because he was walking around there looking all droopy, like the droop on the cartoon, you know, sad face, and at the same time, it was creepy because he was stalking her because she didn't want to be bothered, but he's
Yeah.
like he's creeping around the corner, looking all sad and pathetic, and she just don't want to be bothered with him, and I get it. That's his wife. He wants his marriage to work. Only thing he wants is a marriage that's going to work, and he wants someone that wants him, that he wants too, because that's what you want in a marriage or in a relationship. But uh, is on the other side of the coin. It's like she's showing you that she
Yeah.
with you, you know. And the best thing to do when someone show you that they don't want to be with you is to let them go, you know, move on.
Very true, Sean. Very, very true.
And it gonna hurt because he's in love with that person, in love with that woman, and that's who he wants to be with, But she clearly don't want to be with him, so let her go, you know, and move on. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely.
I agree. Um, I when I watched this episode today, it made me so angry because first of all, the level of disrespect that Gremlin had for Chaz was just
Right.
out of control. Like that man is doing nothing more than just trying to be a good husband. And if she wants to sit up here and play the games, my thing is this. She sat in the what's it called when they backstage, the confessional or whatever. She sat in that and still continued to say like the way his behavior was just so unacceptable. To me, the only thing I saw that he did that was even potentially unacceptable was the fact that he threw the roses down because he didn't really sit them down. He kind of threw them down. But
He did
in his
though.
defense, he better than me because I threw him at her face. I'm like, maybe not in the face. I don't go to jail, but you know what I'm saying. But probably would have threw him in her face, like or threw him at her, like screw you. But so to me, he was being a bigger person by walking away and throwing the flowers down, or maybe even threw them on the floor right there. I don't know. But
Right.
either way, I don't feel like anything that he did was unacceptable because, like, you knew the man was coming. Um, he hasn't been chatting with a girl on no level like that. Now, if she has proof that we don't know about, then put that out there. But if not, then don't sit up here and say like he's talking to women and this and that because everything that she's done been recorded and we've already seen it. So when he watches the show, he's gonna see it all. And to me, like you just made yourself look stupid because
Right.
you're the one that's doing everything, excuse me, that you say he's doing. And then you will see when you watch his episodes, he's doing nothing but being a cat dad and you know what I'm saying, and a little rock star. Like
You
he ain't
know
doing
what?
nothing else.
I
Hmm?
had forgot about those cats. I had
Yeah.
forgotten all about
Mhm.
them.
Yeah, so he just being a cat dad and a rock star cat dad, and that's it. Ain't going to work. I'm like, if you really for a second think this man is sitting up here talking to any other woman when he freaking says like this is the prettiest woman he's ever had, this is the best. I got a model wife and all that. Why would he even risk it? Especially when y'all already rocky. Like that dude, like he loves her and
Mhm.
she knows it. And this was like I said, her way out. And I think that's so unfair to try to put it all on him. Like he's the reason that she doesn't want, or he's the reason that they can't work out because he's talking to women. I'm like, where in the world? Like, as if the footage doesn't show it and prove it. Like, it just this episode today when they showed them, I'm like, I almost felt they could have left them out because I like you started with them and it made me just so angry. Like the first scenes of the episode just made me angry because the way she talked to him and treated him
Yeah.
was like this man came in and he had just finished cheating and he shows up and you're like, you got the nerve to even show up here when you've been cheating on me and I got proof that you cheating. Like, and then you know exactly what he's talking about. Give the man a courtesy, explain what happened. Like you told the producers, like, no, she had me just go in there and update some stuff because she's using it. But then, like Sean said, you it didn't make sense. The producers, all that, you know what I'm saying? Why would you upload your pictures or update it with your stuff still on it if she's using your account, I guess you could say. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it don't make sense. The chick is still out there doing her dirt. She's still out there sleeping around, doing whatever. She's doing it with whoever she wants to, and she's escorting. And ain't nothing she can do to prove that she ain't because her actions to me are saying everything.
Yeah. So, Sean, what did you think about her cussing it? at Chaz as a man.
Oh, I didn't
Well,
think that was cool. Yeah, like I said, disrespectful, and to me, kind of shows the level of love that she don't have for him.
right.
Yeah, so she just downgrading him, trying to make him feel even worse than what he already is, or to justify herself feeling better. So she wants to
Mhm.
put him down, make him feel like he's guilty. But then he apologized, and then she talked about there's no need to be sorry. Just stop being sorry. So uh, yeah. I don't think that's cussing. Period. Even if it was the other way around, the man cussed the woman out. I just find that was just disrespectful.
Yeah,
She could have done without that.
exactly. I really didn't like that. Um, yeah, okay, so that was Chaz and Branwyn. Okay, so the next couple we saw was Puppy and Amber. All right. So the scene opens up. TC, Amber's boyfriend, and his sons come over to Amber's house. All right. So Amber's having a get together. They have food there. She's talking about they're going to be putting steaks on the grill. She's got shrimp and all this other things. Amber and Eric arrive, and Queen also arrives. But Queen does live at the house. Queen does mention that it was her mom's birthday, but she's choosing to hang out with them. Not quite sure what's going on with that. Alrighty. And so while Eric is there, Eric gets a text from his ex, his wife, from his ex. And she's telling Eric that, hey, Amber is reaching out she's tried to call me and she's reaching out to people that I know asking questions. Naturally, I don't know what Amber was thinking was going to happen, but naturally, as soon as Puppy finds out, Puppy, she's aggravated by it. So she asked Amber about it. At first, Amber denied it. She was like, I didn't call her. You did call her. And then it comes back, well, I tried to call her, but she didn't answer. Okay, Amber, so which one is it? So clearly you know you shouldn't have did that if you're lying about it. That's always been my thing. If you got to lie about it, you knew you shouldn't have been doing it. Because otherwise you would have been like, yeah, I called her. And so we again have Amber behaving kind of like Branwyn. So she's arguing back and forth with Puppy. She's putting everything there. And this is something else I don't like. When you get upset with your friends, do not reveal stuff they told you. Because she was even talking about let's go outside and I'm gonna air out all of your stuff. Why would you do that to your friend? You don't air out things that people have told you. You are going way too far in an effort to get rid of Eric for whatever reason. All right, and so at one point they were in the kitchen. They were in each other's face. Queen was standing close up where her arm was kind of in between them. And so Amber goes to choke Puppy, which really bothered me because everybody else at the party didn't know it, but Amber, you know that girl is pregnant. Why would you choke her? Why would you be trying to physically fight her? Especially when you did something wrong. She has every right, Puppy had every right to be mad at Amber. Amber should not have been putting her hands on that girl, especially in her condition. Um, yeah, and so she attempted to choke Puppy. Now, what we learned in another part of their scenes is that apparently Amber's hand ended up missing Puppy, or somehow it got off Puppy's neck and actually ended up hitting Queen. So Queen was like, I got hit, by the aftermath of her doing that. All right. And so they end up separating the ladies. And so they pull Amber outside. Amber's outside screaming and yelling still. And then TC gets up and he takes his kids with him and he leaves. And he's like, I'm going to talk to Amber, another day about this. Okay. And so Puppy and Eric leave. Puppy is like, I should have never brought you here. And Eric was like, yeah, basically. Um, TC, okay, so TC, he said he was going to come back. We end up seeing a scene where TC does come back. Actually, let me go back a little bit further. Um, we see a scene with Puppy and Eric talking. So they're in the bed talking, and Eric's telling her, she needs to put some distance and space between that friendship because it's not basically in a good place. And Puppy's like, yeah, she put her hands on me. I don't understand, kind of why she did that. And then Eric was like, well, I got something that may cheer you up. Because right before that, Puppy had said to him, just because Amber did something bad does not make you the good guy. You still got some issues and things you need to work out with me. So he's like, I got something I think is going to make you happy. So then he pulls out where the sheriff is trying to serve him divorce papers. And so she's like, um, they're trying to serve you. So that means your ex wife is the one who's serving you. Now, my thing is with this situation, you want him to be divorced. Why does it matter if he files it or his wife files it? That was something that confused me. And then we see TC and Amber talking. And TC lets her know that he is not going to deal with her behaving like that. And he didn't like that in front of his kids, the way she lost her cool and stuff. And so he was like, he's over it. He doesn't want to hear about Puppy and Amber anymore. And she needs to back up and leave it alone. And I'm shocked, why did it have to get all the way here for somebody to finally tell Amber, stay out their business? Just leave it alone, Amber. Leave it alone. Okay, so what are your thoughts on Puppy and Amber and TC and Eric this week?
Well, I think I must have missed something where I didn't see that he said the wife served him. So I mean that's good news, I guess. But maybe she's feeling that way because then now if the wife is doing it, maybe it's still not proving that he wants a divorce. It's just her making it, forcing it. But either way, like you said, you want them to be divorced. So the important thing is it's possibly going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe he getting a way out of like having to pay all the money for it if she's, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's not contested, then it's a little easier. Maybe they'll be able to work out more things to make, and it'll end up being a little cheaper. Who knows?
Right.
Or I don't know. Maybe she worried that if the wife is asking for it, it might be worse because she might go for the jugular. Who knows? I don't know. But I had missed that somewhere, so that's interesting. But as far as Puppy, Amber, Eric, TC, um, I feel like I mean, we all know Amber should not have gotten involved as deep as she did. To
Yeah.
me, if you wanted to go Facebook, just stalk the page to just see like, hey, okay, I went on this page on her page and I see that recently they were still doing things or she's still saying I love my husband, things like that to me is more acceptable than you actually physically reaching out and talking to the woman because that brings trouble. Because you could have screenshotted it like, hey, I
Uh-huh.
came across this and I'm just looking out for you. So here's some screenshots I found and move on. You know what I'm saying? But for you to try to call her, and then not only call her, but apparently you digging and trying to ask people who knows her. Um, it's just crazy to me. But at the exact same time, I feel like it's also weird that that text came in as soon as they got to the party. Like I felt like did he save it for them getting to the party, or did it really come in at the party? Because
I
to me
thought
that
about
was
that
just
too.
bad
And I
timing.
wonder if this was the producers. Because there's a few other things I'm going to point out too that I felt like, I feel like the producers got involved in this right here. Did
Yeah,
not.
and it's like if he got that text prior to the party, why even go? Like, why
Mm-hmm.
not show her that and then be like, maybe we shouldn't even do this? You know what I'm saying? Because she's
You know what?
pregnant. Like,
But you know what? For me, like let's say I had got the text, I might have still went to the party
yeah,
because
but you at
maybe
least don't find out at the party. Like, let her
right,
know so she can like decide, yeah, let's go. No, I need some time. I don't want this is gonna stress me out. You know what I mean? Being that she's pregnant,
yeah, I do
like,
get yeah.
because that almost caused a physical fight. And granted, I'm sure they would not have let her hit her in any area that would have hurt the baby.
He didn't
However,
he didn't know
hmm,
she was pregnant, so he couldn't do that. It's,
Eric knew that she
Eric
was
knows she's pregnant.
yeah, that's
TC.
right. Never mind. That's right. That's right. He did.
Yeah, TC don't, but
Yeah.
Eric Queen, everybody except TC and his people, his kids. And he might even know too. Who knows?
Yeah,
Because
I
she may have told him. But like, I just felt like to all of a sudden bring it up after you just said we cool is not cool unless you really got that text at that moment, which to me is just too convenient that it happened that way. But anyways, either way, Amber showed her tail, and I feel like she being like you said, she was the one in the wrong. She shouldn't have responded the way she did. It was very rude and disrespectful. And she's lucky that her dude, because when he said he's done, I was like, and he's talking about with
yeah,
Puppy and
I
Eric. I'm
thought
like,
Yeah, I thought he was breaking up with her in that moment.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, I'm done. Puppy and Eric. I'm like, boo. Not that I wanted him to break up with her, but I'm just like, don't do that. Like, you knew
Yeah.
what you was doing when you used them words. Or the producers. Maybe he said, I'm done with Puppy and Eric, and they made it like, I'm done, and cut it and then put it back. I don't know what they might have done. But either way, it's just she was doing too much. And I felt like for you to run your boyfriend and his kids off, it I guess Queen kind of ran off too for a minute. Or no, Queen did come back, didn't she? She didn't
Yeah.
leave. Because I
Yeah,
know
she
it's her house
Amber.
too. But it's just like, like you didn't hit another friend, trying to hit a friend. And the thing is that now you put more issues between y'all because it's a good chance that they'll patch things up and try to be besties again. It's a good chance.
Yeah.
Simply because they got such a history. I just don't see them ending their friendship right now. Like, I don't feel like this is the thing that did it that's going to end it. But now both of your men have problems with y'all's friendship because your friendship brings drama. Your friendship calls, you know what I'm saying? He not gonna come around anything you invite your friend to because he can't bring his kids around that because he's not gonna tolerate it. If y'all do get married, you might not even be able to stay friends with her. Um,
Hmm.
Eric is definitely tired of Amber, you know what I'm saying? Because she's pushing Puppy to do things that his I feel like he's kind of controlling, and Puppy's interfering with that. And maybe Puppy is right to, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he ain't this great guy or nothing. How did I get to
But
just
he may not be that great guy, but she doesn't have a right to
no,
one,
it's
talk to
not her
Eric
choice.
this
It's
way.
not her
Yeah,
choice.
and then she is disrespectful to Eric.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all right to dislike somebody. I can say I don't think that every man I've been with, that all of my friends like, or you even like, but I never had anybody be disrespectful to one of my guys
No,
like that. That's
because
the issue. Hmm.
I honestly feel like even with family, friends, whoever, like if you are with a guy who, unless the disrespect happens in front of me, I don't get involved in people's stuff like that because then it turns into things like that where you get hit over something that has nothing to even do with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like like I said, if I was gonna be snooping on her Facebook and all this other stuff, I might would have screenshotted some um like pictures, or like if she put something up saying like me and my husband and it's recent dates, stuff like that, I would have probably screenshot sent it to you, and you do what you want with that. Because I'm like, look, told you this dude is still actively with his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm trying to just talk to my friend, my family member, whoever, but I'm not gonna go and do something that's obvious that I'm doing it. Nor, you know what I'm saying, unless you bring the stuff out to him, like, hey, she found this, and hey, it is what it is. I'd be like, I sure did. Now what? But I'm
I
not gonna go to her without you knowing. Now,
Yeah.
if you said, "Hey, reach out to her," then that's different. But without the person saying it, because now you got her left in a relationship that's jacked up. You move on with your dude, and ain't nobody interfered in y'all stuff. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it could
And
be that something ain't right with him too. But you know what I'm saying? You ain't got about interfering in yours, so don't do it to her.
now something I also didn't like is there was absolutely no reason for Puppy to physically, I mean, for Amber to physically touch Puppy when Puppy didn't do anything except tell you that you shouldn't have done that, and which she shouldn't have.
Mhm.
So it's
Mm-mm.
like even if somebody tells you that you're in the wrong, you feel like you have the right to put your hands on them. That was something else that bothered me about their
And I
scene.
feel like it's her anger was just
Oh
misdirected maybe. And it's
yeah,
like you mad at him for playing your friend. And I guess she's just mad at her friend for not listening. But it's like it's one of them things again. Nobody is going to stop doing with somebody just because, you know what I'm saying, you can catch somebody redhead and cheat. Like you can walk in and catch my husband, you know what I'm saying? You got access to my house, you come in and catch my husband cheating, and you tell me if I don't leave him, that's still my problem. You know what I'm saying? You can give me all the evidence, ammo, ammunition, whatever that you want, but until I want to leave, I'm not gonna leave. And that's what she needs to understand. So it was no point in her getting so angry that she want to fight over something that you have no control of. If that girl don't want to leave that man, she's not going to until she wants to leave that man. All you can do is talk to her as a friend. If you had evidence that he's not doing right, give her that evidence and then let her be. And if she wants to be with him, then you be a supportive friend when her dude is around. Hey, you don't be rude, don't be whatever. You just let her know, like, I'm not really a fan of him, but because you're one of my best friends, I'm gonna suck it up. But I don't like him. And that day that you do leave, I'm gonna be happy for you. But if you stay, I'll support you. That's the only thing she should be doing.
Right. All right. So, Sean, what did you think of Puppy, Eric, TC, and who did I miss? Amber? Thank you.
Yeah, Amber, the main culprit. Yeah, because she is doing too much, like we all been saying for the longest, and for her, another person that's projecting their anger onto someone else, the person doing the wrong, and you treating you treating Puppy like Puppy did you wrong. Like Puppy done ratted on you and told your man that she busted you having sex in the car. And because like I said, she know the girl's pregnant. Well, she knows the woman pregnant, and yet you wants to put your hands on her. You that frustrated and that anger to where they got to try to they pulling you off. To try to pull you back. Take like three of them, and then you still pushing them, telling them get off me because you really
Yeah.
want to attack your friend, your best friend, the person that you said you just like her, she just like you, y'all just the same. But and you done lost yourself and you don't know who you is and all that stuff. And then the stuff that the way she talk about you act one way with me and then you act another way in front of him. Uh no, to me she acted the same way you know, whether she's with you or with her man, from what I see. But
Mhm.
now what we don't see might be different story. And yeah, she probably is crying out to her friend and telling Amber everything that's going on, what she don't like, and all that type of stuff. Because yeah, that's what you do. You tell your friends that.
Yeah.
Some things you can tell your friend that you might not tell your man or your woman, you know,
Hmm.
and then your friend will give you the confidence and say, "Hey, you might need to let them know," and then eventually you'll go, and then that's all Amber has to do. Amber don't has to be the person to let the man know, but hey, your woman is coming to me telling me this, and now what's the deal? What's going on? She too much in their relationship, and I get it too. Like what Reese was pointed out about TC and how he was like, "I'm done." I thought too, also like, oh wow, he done. But then it's talking about he done with them too. Yeah, yeah. And like I said, I don't want them to break up and all that there, but don't do all that drama and stuff and leave people on the cliff hanging, making people think one thing and it's something else.
Hmm.
'Cause to me, I'm gonna watch the show. I'm gonna watch the show. You ain't got to try to lead me on and keep my attention.
Right.
Just present the thing and let it be what it is. And then for him saying that he's done, I wonder if Amber is done, because they have like a couple few episodes before the end of the season. So I'm pretty sure that she's and Puppy gonna get back together and start talking, and Amber gonna make Puppy feel guilty for saying what she did, and the only thing she gonna be like, "Well, hey, I was trying to be a friend, and you act this way," when it was actually her. So I hope she take ownership for the way she is acting, and she do allow Puppy and Eric to work out their own relationship. Now the serving the thing. Uh, yeah, I was like, okay, why do you care? Whether he did it or the wife did it, because Lisa's is in action, because that's what you wanted. You wanted to know what he was doing. Now, yeah, I can get it on one hand. If he did it, then you know for sure that yeah, he's done with his wife and he don't want to have nothing to do with her. And then now I can accept now Puppy might be able to accept the fact that he wants her, that he chose her over the wife. Maybe that's what she wants to feel like, that you did this because you wanted me, So that's the only thing I can get. Because other than that, who cares? Because once he's divorced, he's divorced. Whether
Right.
he wants the woman or the woman wants him, once they're divorced, they're divorced. And so now it's up to you to keep your man and hope that he don't go find another side chick, So and hopefully Because then Eric too was trying to make it out where, hey, y'all have been friends for so long, maybe you need a little time apart, and then y'all might can work things out later. But then when he goes outside and talks to the camera people, he was like, hopefully this is the end. Yeah, that's what he want, because if he can get Puppy by himself, then he don't have to worry about Amber coming in and interfering with their relationship. Then maybe he can do a little bit more manipulating and have more control over Puppy without Amber being the Puppy's backbone. So and Amber needs to, which I think she have done a couple of times, is stand her ground, because she was like pointed out, just because Amber did what she did, don't mean that you are the good guy now. So I kind of like that she had said that, because I kind of chuckled about it, and I was like, oh yeah, you thought you was in the clear because she mad with her best friend. No, you still got to do some things that he got to do. So hopefully it's not no fake papers. Hopefully it is something that it will be go forward, and that he do get the divorce, and she get what she want. Now if their friendship can rekindle, yeah, but it had to be some things have to be different. It had to be different. It can't be the same after that. You know, uh, Maybe they can work up to it, becoming best friends again. But if I was Puppy, like, yeah, I know we got history together, but yeah, we take our friendship slow. We do things slowly, And two, if Puppy and Amber, when Puppy come to him, be like, well, hey, he did this and he did that, and Amber need to say, well, hey, I don't want to hear it. I just want to be here for you and the baby, you know, because my man don't want to hear anything about y'all. And the best way for me not to tell my man is if you don't tell me anything, because I'm going to tell my man. So maybe she need to, you know, go from there. Do
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. All righty. So our next couple was Lindsay and Deontay. All right. So we see, I just started live. So Lindsay is doing construction with Blaine. Lindsay's at this construction site with Timberland heels on. I was just like, what is she doing? Like, okay. And so we see that she's working for Blaine, and she tells us that she's making $10 an hour working for him. You know, Deontay calls, and he tells her that he's about 30 minutes away because he's on the way to come and visit her. Her mood changes when she gets off the phone with him. And her and Blaine, they end up having a conversation because Blaine can see that her mood has changed. And so Blaine basically confesses his love for her. And to me, he said an oxymoron thing, right? He said he doesn't want to be a homewrecker. If she has a man and you know it, and you're confessing your feelings, what do you, what do you what are you trying to do then? I was confused by that. I don't understand what you're trying to do then. You're just telling her to tell her for whatever. All right. And so the Deontay, he starts reflecting on the way that Lindsay was when she was in prison. So she's completely different now. When she was in prison, she called him, talked to him all the time. When she ran out of minutes, she would use other inmates' minutes to talk to him. And so then we had a moment where I was like, production had to have done this. So Blaine like pulls Lindsay in for a hug and he kisses her on the forehead. And at the same time, Deontay is peering through the windows of this storefront or whatever that they are renovating, and he sees Blaine kissing her. But it's shocking that he didn't, because I would have just walked in, like, what's going on here? But he doesn't. He plays it cool. And so him and Lindsay end up talking, and he starts expressing they're in the car, let me say that they're in the car together and they're driving to their next location. He starts expressing his feelings about her and Blaine, and she becomes aggravated with the things that he's saying. And so Lindsay jumps out of the car, like at a light. She jumps out the car, starts walking off. um, and so he ends up going after her, and they're talking. They're like sitting at a table on the street, and they're talking, and he brings out like letters that she wrote him in prison. He kept all of the letters and things. And he tells her, kind of like she's changed. She didn't even kiss him when he showed up. And she was like, because things are different. Don't you feel the difference or whatever? And she says that she's not happy. And so they start talking. And you can tell like Deontay is kind of loosening up. I guess he's not feeling so riled up with energy and emotions or whatever. And their conversation ends up getting heated again. And Lizzie ends up jumping up from the table and basically running off again. And before she runs off, she breaks up with him. All right, so Lizzie and Deontay this week. Thoughts?
Oh, I didn't hear the part when she broke up with him. She broke up.
Hmm.
Hmm, that's interesting. Huh. That's a long ride to get broken up like
Oh,
that.
he kind of broke up with her.
You feel like she broke up with him?
No, I thought he broke up with her.
Mm-mm. She was like, I tried, but it didn't work out. Things didn't work out between. Things aren't going to work out with us, or they didn't work out. It was something like that, is what she
Oh,
was.
okay.
And that's when he
Yeah,
was kind of like, but I tried. And then that's when he was trying to defend some of the things that he's done.
yeah. Because then he said that well, you didn't try, that you wasn't trying. Because they were sitting down right when that happened,
Yeah,
and he
he was
said, "Well,
telling
you
her
didn't
he wasn't
try."
trying.
He pointed at the letters and saying, "I did try." Oh, okay. I didn't know that was a breakup scene. Oh well. Uh,
Yeah,
Poor Deontay. Uh,
But he sounded like he was like, get you. Remember, he threw everything and was like, had
yeah,
him through.
yeah. He did. He threw the letters all over the sidewalk because he was aggravated with her. And that was also when she was like, I spent all this money sending you letters. Um, I guess in prison you have to pay the email. She was like, she was paying for the emails and the calls and stuff. And,
mhm,
she was trying to justify to him that she did try.
gotcha.
He was, and then you remember he said something about, no, you're supposed to show me that you're trying once you get out of prison.
Yeah, yeah, he did say that. Yeah, which I kind of agree with him on that note because of the whole fact that, and she knows that he been in multiple relationship with prisoners.
Yeah,
So
that was messed up that she threw that in his
yeah,
face.
because she surely did. Because he's like, I know what a probation thing is, but you should. uh, but yeah, because once while you in, like he was pointing out, the fact that you under you locked and key down there. So of course you trying hard because you trying to get my attention, all that type of stuff, and keep my attention. But once you get out, you get all this freedom, and now you wants to. You're not trying as hard as you was when you was in. So the same energy that you had while you was in is the same energy that he wanted while he was out. And that's kind
Right.
of like with people in marriages. The man put that energy and effort into getting the woman, and then once he got the woman, then the woman's like, "Oh, things done changed because you're not treating me the same way because you got the prize now." And you can take it and do it the other way around too. But the effort, yes, she should have put a little bit more effort or made him feel comfortable. And then on her end, because like she was trying to make the point where she was going to live, she didn't have nowhere to go. And he was talking about, yeah, you could have asked me for some money. But then if she would have asked me for some money, then he'd be thinking about Nicole and
Mm,
the other one, and he'd be like, oh, telling his mama, and then his mama would be like, yeah, be at it again. So you're picking those ones that all they want stuff from you. But she was showing that, I don't want nothing from you. I just was making ends meet on her own. You know. Now, like again, I wouldn't want my woman to be living with a man, even if that man is, as she say, wasn't attractive. She's not attracted to him. So, but seeing his history, he has that doubt because of his past, and he gonna have to really work on that if he wants to find someone, period, whether that person is another prison woman or just a woman out in the streets, because he's gonna have to be able to trust her, because
yeah, and then if he's going to have a long distance relationship, he definitely has to work on it.
right,
Um,
yeah, because long distance mean I don't know what you're doing, when the phone hang up,
Right.
So, and yeah, so he has to really learn how to trust. And with him, I don't think he'd be able to trust the woman she lived next door to him, because the mailman will come and be like, "Hey, what was that?" I
Hmm.
just dropped the mail off. I was getting my package. Like, what package? You don't need all that. But he got issues with trust, and he got to work on that in order for him to have a successful relationship. Now, uh, it's kind of hard because old girl has some good points, about like I said, where's she gonna go? Because she can't go stay with her mom. She can't go to a hotel and live in a hotel. I don't know if she can afford her own place, because depending, I don't know how much money she has. If she can do that,
But something else that she had mentioned, and Deontay was kind of like, no, no, no. I think she's like on parole, and when they're on parole, I think they have to live at like an approved person's house. I don't think they can just
or
live
get
on. I think that's what
But
but I
ain't he a prison? Wasn't he in jail before too?
blame.
Or
I wouldn't
no?
be shocked to find out, but I don't know. But I wouldn't be shocked.
Well, I know they used to do. He used to sell for her. Maybe he wasn't in jail too. But it just seemed like he knows the system as if he's been in jail, which would mean how could he be an approved person? But maybe he hasn't been. I don't know. Just curious on that.
yeah, yeah. So that's a good question. Yeah. But where does she go? So where else
Yeah,
can she go? And because he wants, and I get the whole thing that he feels uncomfortable, and he tells his woman he feels uncomfortable, but the only solution is I feel uncomfortable. You need to do something. Give her an answer. Give her some options. Of course, she can do whatever she wants to do, but at least present some options to her.
and then my other thing is that I was also wondering about Lindsay when she got out of prison. She knew. Well, we did see her asking Blaine if she could come there. I wonder where did she tell Dan that she was going when she got out of prison. So maybe that's part of his issue right there is that you weren't explicitly clear on what your plans were once you got out. Did she tell Dante I would have nowhere to go? Or
Mm,
I'm gonna try to see if I stay with a friend, or was she leading him on to believe that she was gonna stay with her mom? That was something else I was wondering about too.
yeah, that's a good question too. On that note, so like I said, what are he gonna do? I mean, what can she do? And then I see the next scenes in the next episode. They show it look like he's gonna be fighting over her because she called Blaine to come pick her up. So
Hmm.
uh, so I was like, oh, okay, your cousin did tell you you just wanted to go down there and fight that boy anyways. He was like, no, I don't want to fight him. But now it looks like he wants to fight him. But again, there's another one. Uh, if they broke, you broke. Move on. Let it go. Don't get no fight over there because you're in Mississippi. And yeah, I'm just saying, you in Mississippi. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, and it's not worth it. So what? They whole I just don't get it because to me it's just a trust issue. It's the main issue. He has trust problems, and he got to solve that trust problem. And then if she wants to be with him, she need to find a place to stay, especially after old boy done told her how I feel about you.
yeah,
Deontay don't know. Deontay just senses it because he's a
yeah.
man
And then he saw him kissing her on the
on
forehead.
the head. And then he's in the car tripping about it. And he's like, okay, what type of friends just kiss on the forehead? Um, so she knows that Blaine have feelings towards her. And she knows that Dante feels threatened by him. So and rightfully so, but Dante don't know have all the proof of it. But she knows that he has a good legitimate case for why he feels the way he feels. So she has to make up a decision on whether or not if she wants Deontay, but since they broke up, if she wants him, then she probably need to find somewhere else because, like a boy said, he don't want to be a home wrecker. However, he is being a home wrecker because that's what he wants. And if that's who I want, and you're not married, and I want you, I'm going to try to get you from that other guy because I feel that what I bring to the table is better than what he can do. So you need to be with me and not him. And I'll tell you, I'm not trying to break your home. I understand y'all in a good relationship and y'all in a good place, but I can be better. And this is why, because you know how I feel. I feel blah 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 about you, and we can work out. Let him go. So yeah, yeah, I would make my move. And Blaine is has the home field advantage because he got at the house, have the job because he got at the job. So they drive to work, so he can make his move on the way to work. He can make his move on the way home from work. He can make his move the house while she's because they use the same bathroom while they brushing the teeth. So he has all that access, and every time Deontay try to call and get in touch with him, he walks up on her and be like, "Who's that? Oh, that's him again. He calling you too much." But yet you in her presence more than Deontay. So why is you not being clingy when Deontay is? That's that man's woman. Yes, sir.
Very true. So, Racy?
Yeah, I agree. I feel like y'all live together, y'all work together. Like to me, who's really the clingier person? Like you always with Blaine. Like so it's either you mad that Deontay is clingy or you just want Blaine. And you
Yeah.
realize like I got a thing for him because when she smacked his butt on camera, I'm like, y'all stupid because y'all know people gonna watch this stuff. So you can't even say like nothing ever happened. I didn't flirt with him. We just really are friends. Not when all that stuff. Now, mind you, I must have blinked or something because I missed to see where the kiss landed. So when they were in the place, he did kiss her forehead. Cause I
Hmm.
was one like originally, I was thinking like maybe he was looking in the wrong place or the window he was looking in wasn't gonna be it. And then when he backed up and was like, "Who kisses on the forehead?" But then I felt like at the same time, yes, the kiss on the forehead was wrong. However, to me, a kiss on the forehead is still kind of innocent. I know. With grown people, maybe it's not. I don't know. And there are some people who just kiss. I don't know. Like I was at church today, and this one woman, like I went to give her a hug, and she kissed my cheek, and I'm like, well, I'm not used to that. Like I'm a hugger. The kiss was extra, and I like that was different. I was like I would expected it. I'm like, oh, okay, no COVID and stuff. But anyways,
Okay, so that's
um,
the thing. I do feel like a kiss on the forehead is innocent, but if you're in a relationship, like if I saw my dude kissing a woman that's supposed to be his friend on the forehead, um, that would bother me, I think.
but she didn't kiss him, so it'd be more
Oh,
like if a woman kissed his. Because
yeah,
I feel like if it's your dude that's doing it, that's kind of weird. That's more, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't really, like when I went in for the hug with the woman, she gave me a kiss. And then she's like, I'm going up here to get more kisses. I'm like, oh, shoot. So she just over there kissing everybody, I guess. I don't know. But um, you can't control what somebody else did, especially when it happens too quick. However, so I would say more if you seen a chick kissing your dude's forehead, which is probably weird because most times
yeah,
you don't see that. But so, well, I guess okay. So if Sean was to see what he saw, I don't know. Maybe I mean, how Sean, just as a man, like, what do you feel like a kiss on the forehead is innocent?
No.
Oh, okay.
Reason why is because, well, no, it's not. Uh,
Maybe depending on who it's coming from, I
it
guess.
is because if I know, like Deontay knows
Mhm.
that he believes and he feels that oh boy is trying to make a move on his girl.
yeah.
So
I mean,
him kissing the forehead and he's seeing that, then yeah, he feels like oh no, that's not appropriate.
and
Now,
the other thing I was going to say is if the person receiving the kiss on the forehead is not in a relationship, yeah, I think it could be innocent. But if that person is in a relationship, that's not okay. I think like the slapping on the butt wasn't okay. I
No,
think.
it wasn't. That's why
now,
I said like, so she's wrong too for saying she ain't attracted to him and that but you slapping him on the butt. So it's like it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? What were you gonna say, Sean?
Yeah, I'm sorry because I cut you off.
no, you fine. Go ahead.
Um. So I mean, so okay, yeah. So it does say the innocence out because I mean, typically a kiss on the forehead is more like a parent to a child, a grandparent to a grandchild, or to their child. You know what I'm saying? So I guess kind of it does take the innocence because I mean, even with when a girl kissed my cheek today, I think she's just a sweet woman, like she really was. But I mean, it just threw me off. And if maybe I don't know, somebody could have still took that wrong too. Like, hey, I don't know. But in that situation, um, at first I was like, okay, when he said he kissed her on the forehead, I was like, well, at least it wasn't in the mouth, because that's what I was thinking it was happening, was they trying to kiss in the mouth. And I was like, well, at least it wasn't in the mouth. But when they did it the second time outside, like the hug and then the kiss on the head again, I was like, okay, now you pushing it.
That's
And I'm
what I
like,
thought
okay.
too, because she kind of leaned in with it too. Did you notice that?
Mm.
Kind of like,
And the hug was a bit like, like, I'm gonna see you later, okay? You know what I'm saying? But it's like, y'all are together 24/7. What is that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
and I'm gonna take that kiss on the head in the inside as a you didn't think nobody was looking. Now, if it had been 30 minutes and you knew he was 30 minutes away and you did that, maybe Blaine did it on purpose, trying to get caught. I don't know. Or they just silly and ain't pay attention to time. I don't know. But being that they were inside and maybe they thought they were hidden, then okay, the kiss on the head. Not saying it's innocent, but you didn't think nobody saw it. But then in front of him, y'all still did this tight hug and another kiss, and it's like, okay, stop, because now you really are being like super disrespectful. So I think Blaine is very, very disrespectful in a sense that that them two are together and you met this dude, and then even in his presence, you still being disrespectful. It doesn't matter what she's vented to you. It doesn't matter if she's saying I'm gonna break up with him and whatever. Until she breaks up with him, you don't need to be doing all that, especially in his face. Because to me, those are the things that would make me want to fight him if I was Deontay. And it could be the reason that he is feeling like, you know what, because this dude blatantly disrespecting me. I'm sick of him too. You know.
Yeah. Well, Deontay's always got somebody trying to fight him, don't they? Don't
Yeah, he do. And then as far as like what he was saying and what she's saying, it's tough because I understand I can see both sides. Like the producers are making it seem like Deontay's just calling her like all the time. Like every 2 seconds he's texting or calling. And
So JC says a kiss on the forehead by someone who likes you is a slick advance, and if you're with someone, they should address that. Very
that's
true.
true. That's true. And that's why I said like it was like I feel like it's the second time you do it, because like I would have said something like, he didn't say anything about the first kiss, but then it's like the second one, like I don't even know if he said anything about the kiss. I think he said something about the hug, because maybe he didn't even notice the kiss because he was in the car. But it's just like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you like, I don't know. I feel like Blaine is low key trying to like sabotage some stuff too. On top of you're sabotaging it because you're telling her your feelings when you know she's in a relationship and she can't process that and be, you know what I'm saying, especially when she's already having some issues, you telling her, oh well, guess what, I love you, when you know she's having problems already, or she's already, I just feel like he's being like, he's wrong. And then um I can understand her saying he's being super clingy if he is texting and calling that much. But like he said, when you was in jail, you were doing it. And because you're in jail, he dropped everything to make sure he got your text, your phone calls, all this stuff. Um, but now that you're out, like it's like he doesn't even matter. And I understand she got warrants, she got her child and all this stuff, but you made a promise to this dude that you want to be with him and you saying you love him and all this. Now that you got your little freedom, you acting like, oh, well, things change because of this and that. This ain't your first go round of going to jail and getting out. It ain't like, what I'm saying, you was in jail one time and you were like, oh, I didn't know it was gonna be like this. When I got out, I feel this way. You've been through this before. This wasn't your first jail time, was it? No, because she was in jail prior to meeting the last dude.
Yeah.
So this ain't your first go around with jail and being in a relationship and getting out and trying to date somebody. You know how that mess works. And you know how you were in jail. You were this sweet person and this and that made him feel good. You chased him. He didn't come for you. He didn't find you on JPay and all that stuff. You reached out to somebody to get his info. You found him. You contacted him. This man could have moved on and maybe he wouldn't even did nothing with another prisoner for all we know. But you reached out and you found him. So for you to like disrupt this dude's life and then try to make him seem like he this loser dude who, what I'm saying, is just being too clingy to this and that, you created that monster by being the way you were when you was in jail, and you made it like you're this sweet person who loves, who I need to know, I need this attention, I need that. And I'm sure he explained and you knew his situation. So to get out and then treat him like that, I feel like is bogus on her part, because this ain't her first go around with that.
Right.
So if you didn't want this man, then just say you didn't want this man, but don't, you know what I'm saying? And granted, she didn't use him for his money. Obviously he said he's invested money into her. So I mean, probably like paying for gas, flights, whatever he's done previously, hotels, and also to stay up there.
Hmm.
Um, and he may have even put money on her books too. Like, we ain't really hearing about it, but he could have. Um, so you do all of this and then you just end up back with somebody who, to me, going back to your past, just like Branwyn, is never going to work out when this is somebody who, you know what I'm saying, you dealt drugs with and all this other stuff. Like, if you're gonna leave a man, at least leave somebody who's not part of that same circle, because you never left that circle then. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're staying in the same little circle of garbage that got you in where you've been. And so as long as you stay there, you're just gonna be back in jail anyways.
Yeah. And I feel with Brandon, she is messing over Chaz right now for a man that left you.
Yeah,
He did
yeah,
it once, probably do it again.
yeah. And I mean, I guess I could say in Lindsay's defense, like, this ain't at least somebody who broke her heart. This is a friend that, she never knew had the feelings, and then now he's confessing his feelings, blah, blah, blah. Either way, you still was in that circle of you sold drugs for her and this and that. So to me, yeah, you can help her out, you can give her a place to stay, whatever. But I feel like as a woman who's trying to get her life back together, be in her child's life, you already got these warrants and stuff to worry about. You don't want to get back into relationships and intimacy with more shady people that may bring that back out of you. Because she already said she's making $10 an hour, which ain't nothing compared to what she used to make. And to me, being even in his presence, to me, probably even still reminds her of that lifestyle. And it's like, to me, there's a temptation that could be there. Maybe she's good and it won't go that route, but I don't know. Everybody that comes out say they won't do stuff again, and then you hear about them going back to jail. So I don't know. I just feel like she bogus on this one. She made some valid points, because yeah, you ain't giving her a reason, or like giving her a solution to where she can stay, but you don't want her to stay with him. However, he got legitimate reasons on why he don't trust it. Like the way this dude look at you, the way he was hugging you, and then you telling me y'all work together, y'all live together, you know what I'm saying? And then you don't answer my calls, but yet you giggly at his text. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know. And then she also bogus, because like y'all said last week, she puts him on speakerphone, but do you put Blaine on speakerphone and let him Deontay hear what he says?
Yeah,
Because I
that's it.
think that's whack too if you're gonna do that. Like,
And
nobody's on speakerphone or everybody on speakerphone.
yeah,
Like, don't do that mess.
yeah, and then something else, in regards to like Blaine, like he told her, he was like, you go days without responding to me, but then we're in the car together and you're responding to Blaine.
Like,
That is messed
instantly.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's messed
Yeah.
up.
And y'all
Yeah,
just left from each other and then you're responding. But you're not like, we was just together like you do him. And it's like, here you go again. You know what I'm saying? You ain't saying that about Blaine. Like, dude, I just left. Why is he already texting me? Because why is he already texting you?
right, exactly. All right, so the next couple, thank you, Marissa, for your opinion there. You made some good points. So the next couple that we saw is Kevin and Tiffany. Alrighty. So we see Kevin is dropping Tiffany off at work. Then the camera pans over and we see that Kayla followed them there. So now Kayla knows where this young lady works at. And so Kayla and Kevin, they end up talking in the parking lot. Mostly it was Kayla screaming at Kevin. So Kevin, he convinces her to get in the car. They'll talk about it. She's just making a scene and putting everybody in their business. So she gets in the car with him. And of course, they end up started kissing. And she's telling Kevin that she misses the D and stuff like that. So they actually go back to Kevin's house. And so once they get back to Kevin's house, Kevin says he wants to take a shower. So he goes and gets into the shower, and Kayla goes through his phone while he's in the shower. So she sees he's talking to Tiffany. She's like, and look at her at the top of his text messages list. Like, are you serious right now? Like, okay, so what? Somebody's at the top. Um, That just means she was the last person that texted into him. The last person that texted me is on the top. What I don't know. And so she actually takes Kevin's phone and she makes a video where she opens up the bathroom door, so she's showing basically in the video that Kevin's in the shower, she's in the house, she goes back in front of his bed and it's showing that she's in the house, and she's like, leave us alone, into the camera.
Wait, and she said, "Are you almost ready for me?" or something like that.
Yeah, and she said something else, but I
She
couldn't.
said something to make him respond. Like it was a setup, but it was to make him respond. Like, "Yeah, I'm waiting on you," or "Yeah, I'm almost ready," or something.
Yeah, when she was saying it to him, she was like, yeah, I'm at the house, I've never left, or something. She said something smart. When she was standing in front of the bed at Tiffany, she was saying something smart. She was just, it was kind of childish, but I get what she's doing. But he's just gonna talk his way out of it, and then he's gonna talk his way back into your pants again. So it's really pointless to me. That's what I think. All right, and so she sends it to Tiffany, and we see that Tiffany's in the car with one of her friends. I'm not sure where her friend is driving her to, but she gets the text and she's like, "Oh my god," or something to that effect. She says. All right, so let me hear your thoughts on Kevin and Tiffany this week.
I tell you, she. So to me, Kayla was too much this week.
She was.
First you stalking them, then you show up at the restaurant, and you all like, "Who was that girl?" So that goes so you stalking them at the restaurant because you knew about the chick. So you sat at the restaurant and you followed me to her job before I catch you stalking me. And then I gotta ask you, what you doing? And you like, oh, so that's you still talking to her and who was that at the restaurant? So you know what I'm saying? Like that just shows you stalked me at two different locations, which is not cool.
Mm,
Um then you because maybe I would have been like, oh, I just saw you pass by and I was like, where he going? And I saw you and then I'm like, oh, okay, you got that chick with you. I probably wouldn't even talk about the first place because that just looks psycho at this point to me.
mm.
To me. You stalking my every location like that? Like, nah, that's not cool. Because he didn't even realize she followed him from the house, didn't she?
Yeah,
Went it from the house to the restaurant, for the restaurant to the job. Like, that's some psycho stuff. And
right.
so I already feel like, you already acting super, super crazy. Then you get his phone and make that video. Now, mind you, I give her credit because I didn't think she was gonna do it. I thought she might was gonna send a text message, but then she did it. And I'm like, whoa, that chick, she shot them rockets, but I guess she really want that dude. But at the same time, I feel like he actually still could get out of it by saying like he was in the shower, she showed up, and I don't know.
He probably gonna
I
say, oh,
let her in the house, but
yeah, she must have made a key, or that's an old video. He's gonna talk his way out of it.
well, because
No,
she was talking directly to her, like, don't and it's got a stamp on it, probably. Well, no, because yeah, she should be able to see that it was current because it was like direct. I don't know, but I still feel like because she yelled back and like, you almost ready for me or something. I don't know. Are you ready for me? Or and he said almost. But that doesn't mean it could be sexual. It could mean like to talk or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's still ways out of that. However, um, I think it's crazy. And once he finds that out, the fact if he still messes with Kayla, then I feel like you want crazy
Oh,
because for somebody to go to that extent, you want
mhm.
crazy.
So something that I forgot to mention in my recap was that Kevin gave us the backstory on him and Kayla.
Oh
So
yeah, that's right. She
him and
cheated on
Kayla
him.
used to be together. They even lived together, and she cheated on him. So now
Mhm.
I'm kind of like, is all of this that he's doing get back because of what Kayla did to him? So now he wants to do Kayla like this, treat her like she ain't good enough to be the woman. He's got Tiffany around, using her for sex. I'm almost wondering if that's some of the stuff.
Or maybe he's really trying to move on for Kayla. Like maybe he really, really, really did love Kayla and he's trying to move on, but
Hmm.
it's hard because he really loved her and she really loved I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. I mean she cheated on him. I don't know. I guess she really loved him. They really loved each other at some point apparently. And maybe he's trying to move on, but she won't let him move on. And he don't know how to move on from her, so he keep going and doing these things. But I don't think that it's to me, it don't seem like it's necessarily get back so much as maybe it's like your feelings ain't as important to me as they used to be because of what you've done to me.
Maybe.
And that's understandable, man. If you cheated on him, you kind of get what you get. If he don't want you back, he don't want you back. And if you're gonna stick around and be that side chick, then be that side chick, I guess. But obviously he's not gonna make you number one because you broke his heart. And I know they say like a man like cheating on him is like worse than when a woman when he cheats on a woman, but I still don't think that's true either because I feel like it gives people give men more credit because it's like they put their women on this pedestal, and even if you don't cheat, you just like smile at a man. It's like, oh, that's just the end of the world. But a man cheats, it's like, well, he's just being a man, forgive him and this and that. And I feel like it's not fair because not saying like women should be allowed to cheat or whatever, but it should just be equally like I if I'm in a relationship, you on a pedestal, obviously, because I'm putting you above anybody else that had potential or that I want to date, whatever.
Yeah.
So why is it just I'm on this pedestal and I can't do no wrong, but you're on this pedestal and you can do whatever you want? And I'm supposed to just be like, you're a man and this is what men do. No.
Okay. So let me. Okay. So I'm gonna put this question out there. If you're in the chat, you can answer it. So, do men are they looked at the same way? I mean, or do men look at women differently if they cheat on them versus when a man cheats on a woman? Is there?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
think, Sean?
I've heard it from plenty of people.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
I've
Yeah,
heard it from plenty of people who said like, even if their woman was to like just be flirting and stuff, it's like it's more detrimental to them because they put their woman on this pedestal. Whereas if the man is doing it, I don't know. I guess they assume the man ain't on the pedestal in our minds and in our hearts. Because I feel like most times women put their heart deeper into it than men, in my opinion. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, but we take the brunt of getting hurt more than you hear about men because I don't know. I mean, women cheat too, but it's like men do their dirt and we're more forgiving of it. But a woman is like, nope, it's done. It's this, that. But it's like,
I do agree with you on that. I feel like women are more forgiving than men are when they find out that their lady
yeah.
on them.
But it's like, I mean, and I feel like sometimes women don't even have to do as much wrong as a man from too to be like, oh, well, it's done because you were on this pedestal and you didn't fell off now. But dude, you fell off the pedestal like so many times, and I keep sitting you back on it. It's do I need to glue you down because you gonna get back off? You know what I'm saying?
I depend. I
But
guess it's on the person. The person.
they probably do. But when you just say overall, because I mean, like they say like
Yeah, I guess as a whole, yeah.
overall, like typically men cheat more because sometimes they don't. I guess that's why they say well, usually when a woman cheats is more hurtful because it's emotional in it too, emotions in it too, whereas men just cheating just to cheat. But men don't realize that even that cheating just to cheat or what they doing is still it's tearing that woman apart to the point where you know what I'm saying, like it becomes irreparable and then the next man got to deal with it. I don't know. And I feel like, like Kevin, he is being that typical reckless man who's like, you know what I'm saying, being hurtful for no reason. However, I guess Kayla was that one who pushed him to be that way too, apparently. So I don't know. I don't know if he was this reckless prior to Kayla, but it seems like she's the reason probably why he is the way he is now. Because it sounds like, her cheating on him, obviously, if he's still bringing it up, hurt.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I mean, and at the end of the day, Tiffany don't deserve. Tiffany ain't been perfect by any means. Um,
All right. So JC says women are more forgiving, men are not. Men and women should hold each other more accountable. That is very true. Very, very true.
I agree. I will say I think some men are forgiven because there are some men who have been cheated on and forgave, knowing that it might not be the right thing to do because knowing that woman might do it to him again. And a sad part is I actually knew somebody who the woman like completely up and left him and his child, like just left for another man. And it didn't work out. She came back. And everybody was like, don't do it. Do not do it. Don't, no, no, no. And everything was good. And then she met somebody online and left again.
See?
And I'm like, and now she married to that dude and got another kid and all this stuff. And it's like, So you got men who are willing to forgive and
Yeah,
try to redo.
yeah. That's why I say it's really up to the individual because you have some women out there that is very
Man,
unforgiving
like a man. Oh shoot, there's women out there that be like,
and that they make it hard for the next man because the man had cheated and now they all mad with men. So yeah, I agree that we all need to hold each other accountable. But as far as that forgiving goes, I think that's even see as a whole. You know, it depends on the individual. I don't think it depends on the sex. That women are more forgiving than men because they
Right.
always say that when women are, or well, the about black women are always what mean, angry black woman. So why are you angry? Because someone did you wrong. So now you mad at the world. So that's why I said it depends on the.
look, look, that's a whole nother topic. Don't even
Yeah.
bring up the ABWs. Don't even bring up the ABW.
Yeah, so and then it said women hold on to grudges and you know more than a man. So to say that women are more forgiving than men, I disagree with that. I think it's depends on the individual themselves. I don't think as a whole either or is that
Mm-hmm.
men are more forgiving than women, women are forgiving more. I don't think either or. I just think that's depends on the individual themselves. Because look at Deontay. You know, he's still holding on to what all the other women had done to him that he's taking it out on Lindsay. You know, so
Well, I
yeah.
think in his case though, like his situation is so complex. Like you got another prisoner who comes out and her option of where to live is with this dude
And the other
who
thing I'm going to say,
potentially,
yeah.
hmm
Oh, I'm sorry, Reese. Go ahead and let's.
no, potentially is somebody she could be attracted to, or maybe you seen him and like, oh, this dude ain't ugly. You know,
Mhm.
maybe that's a problem to him. You know what I'm saying?
But you
Look,
know
they
what?
like they could be a cute couple.
Lindsay is gaslighting Deontay though,
Hmm
because Deontay doesn't trust Blaine, and he shouldn't trust Blaine. From what we've
hmm
seen in this episode, he shouldn't. So, in
hmm
essence, Lindsay is gaslighting him.
Mhm.
She
You
Yeah.
know,
is.
he
The other
wants him to
one,
feel like there's nothing, there's no reason for him to feel some type of way about Blaine, whereas it should be.
right.
Oh, and before I'm done, because I know we didn't move on, but with Lindsay and Deontay, just a point that he made about you in Mississippi. I like, yeah, he might want to be careful because is it their governor, that lady? Was she a
Mm,
governor or a senator?
she's the governor.
Governor,
They have an old
governor who said
governor.
she like this. I mean, you invite her to a good old lynching and she'll be cool. Like, and she's in Tupelo when she did that too, and they in Tupelo. I'm like, yeah, you might want to be careful what you're doing in Mississippi, being who you are, dating who you are, and not to say it's anything wrong with interracial, nothing like that, but yeah, you in the wrong
No,
place to be trying to fight
no,
these
yeah,
people.
we've all heard the stereotypes about Mississippi, and now we have B
Well,
has us.
I was
Hey,
like, you done also said that you know what I'm saying, you're gonna fight him and all this, but I mean it's literally like their governor said, invite me to a lynching and I would show up and she got reelected, you know what type of people you're dealing with.
yeah, absolutely. So hey,
But
B.
maybe oh she
Oh, you're muted. Yeah, she's muted.
oh maybe she busy. I don't know.
So okay, so we'll have Sean. Sean, tell us about your thoughts on Kevin and Tiffany and Kayla.
Uh, excuse me. I don't see how if Kevin can talk his way out of that, then yeah, he needs to run for office.
I think you could.
Because to me, what Tiffany did was straight up gangster. She took his
Kayla.
phone. Hmm?
Kayla.
Yeah, Kayla, what she did was straight up gangster. She took his phone,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
turned it on, and showed her in the bathroom. Well, show him in the shower, and she's in the door. So she showed it
Mm-hmm.
off. Now, how do you talk your way out of that? Say that was old? I don't think so. I don't think
No,
that.
not old, but he could have said she grabbed my phone and came in there. I didn't ask her to come in there. And when she said, "Are you ready?" I was talking about so I'm about to get out the shower and then we can talk. But I'm just saying, like, there are little loopholes you can find in that. I'm not saying it's right, and I'm not saying
No,
that it ain't obviously a lie, because obviously.
yeah, I'm not saying it's
And why
right.
was his phone not locked?
Yeah, because
Right. He's got so much dirt going on. He is the main person that needs to have his phone locked.
And as much as Tiffany snoops, you got
Right.
it unlocked. You stupid.
Yeah, because too, why he didn't just take the phone in the bathroom with him? Because he do know how she is. Caleb is.
This is all a setup. Mm.
But
I mean, mute.
yeah. So to me, like I said, I don't see how he can talk his way out of it. If he does, then hey, kudos to him. Write a book, and get yourself some money. You know, talk your way out of any situation, 101, or talk your way out of stuff for dummies. You know, so but the uh the relationship thing, how he was saying that they was in a relationship and she cheated on him, and so uh, I don't see him getting back with her. He done made that clear many times that he do not want her. It's only about sex with him and her. So if she wants more than sex, then she need to go find someone that's willing to give her what she wants. But she talks about she want that good D, talking about that's her D, and all that type of stuff. Uh, good
Yeah,
D,
that's what she said on that video. I
right?
forgot that. She
That
was
is
like,
right,
"Yeah, it's mine."
right.
I'm
Yeah,
so
and
sorry for cutting you off. It just dinged on me when you said that. I was like, "That's what she said in that video."
so yeah, so she in the video saying that to Tiffany, and Tiffany sees it, and then so if I was Tiffany, when it's time to confront him, just show him the thing, give him his key, and this time move on, because you don't have time for that. Even if he was to say that she came over uninvited, I was in the shower, I didn't think nothing of it because I just had my phone and she took my phone and she did this and did that. I was him. I mean, if I was her, I would say, then how did she get in the house? Does she have a key also? And then the phone, how does she know your code? Like Reese was saying, why the phone wasn't locked. So what she that close to you? So and then what happened? Did she stay? Uh, did you kick her out? What all took place? So to me, it's like he got a lot of explaining to do, and I don't see him escaping that one to where he can get to keep both girls. I think he's going to lose one, and Tiffany be the one because well, he could break up with Caleb, but she's going to keep on coming back, because she wants to have sex whenever she wants to, and he's going to give it to her whenever she wanted because he wants to have sex too, and he figured he had more control over her because anytime she brings up something, he just kiss on her, and after he kiss on her, then bam, boom, thank you, ma'am, and she's happy, and then he can go on doing whatever he wants to do with other people. So yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, very much so. So, B, do you have anything with Kevin and Tiffany this week that you want to
That's the ones that he was just talking about, right? Because
add? Uh-huh.
I'm new, but watching y'all got me watching the show now. But I ain't seen the last two new ones.
Hmm.
But yeah, that girl there, she lost all control of her senses when it comes to him. Like she
She had,
tolerates way too much, and she allow herself to go through it. That's the crazy part about it.
yeah. So he's never gonna take her serious because he knows he can treat her like she's some jump off, and she's gonna go for it.
Yep. And I actually been there before in life, so I'm like, girls, snap out of it, snap out of it.
Yes, I think we all have at some point. We have been, Kayla. Now, my thing is, because I will admit, I have done drive-bys and stuff myself. I've done that, but guess what? He wouldn't have known that I did a drive-by, that I was waiting outside somewhere. He wouldn't have known. No, to this day, if he said, "I saw you on video," no, you didn't. You didn't see me. Even though, yeah, that was me driving by.
Right. Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one. She give him way too much leeway. She too open about what she do. Like I did see the episode where she pulled up to the girl job and he called her out there and he just gave her a kiss and she just forgot why she was even there. Like, Come
What?
on, you're supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
swinging and banging.
Yes. I'm like, is he really over there doing it like that, girl?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
it can't be that golden.
that's what it seemed like though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even with Tiffany, when you think about it, like you done found other underwear and all this stuff, you show back up. You know what I'm saying? You back like, all right, we back together. And then Kayla like, nah, y'all ain't finna be back together because this is my man. Leave him alone and this and that. I'm like, what is he
Yeah.
doing to y'all? Because I don't know. I'm confused on
Makes
that.
me wonder.
She even said it one time. She was when she was in the car with him. She was like, "I don't like you. I like the D." Like,
Wait, which
baby,
one? Tiffany?
I'm
No,
guessing.
Kayla. When she was in the
Oh,
car, she told him that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kayla?
I'm
Oh,
not
snap.
good with
Uh-huh.
the names just yet, but I will
Yeah,
be.
yeah, 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 yeah. That's all like the blonde hair one or the brown hair one. There you go.
Yeah, she
So
told.
the blonde, like Kayla, I didn't realize she said that. So okay. See, it's like you watch these episodes, but then it be like little tiny things. That's why I like the little recaps because I'm like, oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah,
But yeah.
Yeah, so that was the
But
thing.
hey, baby, it's crazy. We don't like the we never been
right.
live together.
Yeah, then we had JC. He was down in the comments. Yeah. All right. So then we had the next couple we saw was Brittany and Ray. All right. Okay. So we see Brittany. She's getting ready for the bachelorette party. And then I got to give Brittany her props. Brittany has come a long way with those wigs. She has come a long way. And I'm proud of her. And I was even thinking about it. Even her mom, like on the clips that they showed of her mom at the beginning of the episode, her mom has even come a long way with her wigs. So I'm
I
proud
thought
of
the mom had the same hairstyle.
not the clip that they had showed of the mom. She had a different hairstyle.
I might have to go back and look because I swear it was that same one has been there since the first season.
I know the one that you're talking about, yeah. But even the mom has come a long way. And so Brittany, she's dressed up in her little white party dress, and she is about to go to her bachelorette party. And in true Brittany bossy fashion, she's trying to tell Ray to make sure he behaves himself tonight and blah 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 blah. I'm like, it's his bachelor party. Let this man have fun. Lay on his back tonight. And so we see Brittany and her friends, they're out somewhere. I didn't catch the name of what the place was, but they were drinking and they were decorating cupcakes. And then they had a sexy guy come out, and I was like, does he work there or what? I don't understand his presence here. Is this supposed to be? I don't know. I was a bit confused by that. And then we see that Ray, he goes out with his friends. He had a nice looking group of friends, or was it just me? Thirst trapping. Wanted to thirst trap on the friends. But Ray, he was out with his friends, and looks like they were somewhere where some strippers and some hookahs was at. All right, so that was pretty much their scenes this week. So, Brittany and Ray, any thoughts about them this week?
So first of all, um, yes, they was thirst trapping. The one with the dreads, they was thirst trapping. Big time.
He
That
was
was a
looking
thirst trap.
good.
That was
Yes.
a thirst trap. So I was watching this with another friend, and she was like, "Dang!" So we both agreed about like if you include Ray, those five of them, three out
Yes.
of three out of five was actually cute, and then the
Yes.
other two they weren't garbage. They were okay. I mean, but 3 out of 5 that ain't bad.
Yeah.
But when you go to the sexy dude that came out, like it was funny because my friend was like, well, he got a little belly for a stripper. So I was like, yeah, because I was like, oh snap, they did hire a stripper, and then she was like that, ooh, that's a stripper. So I'm like, I don't know. His scene was kind of awkward, and I don't know what they were doing because it's like, dude, what was that? Like he came out with the what you call it, just here, and I'm like, that's a little awkward. Like just I'm like Brittany. Like, look, at this point, y'all just got freaking whipped cream on my stuff, and I ain't about that because my dress is cute. Don't mess my dress up. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna mess it up, let it be worth it, in my opinion. If you're gonna bring some strippers out and all this stuff, let it be
Yeah.
worth it. Not this, because that dude, I don't know what that was. But yeah, I don't even know really 100% other than they were all cheers into no prenup.
Yeah.
They thirst trapped and that was a thirst trap. I mean, I'm sorry, that was a thirst trap. Like that, I don't even know what else happened in that scene because I was real thirsty in that scene. Like I was like, Ray was looking good, and so was two of the other ones. And I was like, "What dang? What
And
is
y'all,
this? What's happening here?" Like everybody was dressed nice,
yeah,
everybody was clean. It's just the two on the ends I wasn't feeling, but the two beside Ray, I'm like, "Well, dang, what is this? This is." And then Ray, he just was looking good. I was like, "Well, dang,
right. And y'all
like Ray
know,
is handsome."
I've had some curiosity for Ray ever since I heard he broke that headboard. I'm like,
Oh yeah, previously he broke a headboard. They broke a headboard.
yeah, yeah, he broke a
She
headboard.
she constantly been talking about how good he is, and we're like, girl, stop putting that out there because you
I
just
gotta
like
go back. I gotta go
as
back.
he becomes more as they become more famous and more people know them, then that's stuff that people gonna see, and then you're gonna have people in his DMs. Like that's how you create like drama because he's already to me he's a handsome guy, so it's like you creating more reasons on strange women to be in his DMs, and there's probably gonna be women that look way better. You know what I'm saying? That it's
Yeah,
probably gonna come in his DMs, and you are to me setting that up by saying, "Oh, he breaking headboards, he doing it." You know, like, well, dang, let me see what I can get from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need the money if you breaking headboard. You know, you just never know. You setting the stage for something that you probably really shouldn't. Because don't put all your man's business out. Because then he ain't ugly, so you people gonna be curious.
I gotta mute myself because I'm too immature for this conversation right now.
Look, but girl, when you said thirst trap, I was like, dude, that was pretty bad. That was pretty bad. Like, look, and even my homegirl was like, "That ain't dress and a beard." She said, and she's like, "I ain't gonna be able to find that." She's, "I'm gonna get dress or a beard. Watch, I'm not gonna get that." And I was like, "Well, that's not even something that's just out there like that. Period. In my opinion, like that if you into beard gang or into dreads, like that he was handsome. But anyways, let me quit thirst trapping over that dude. Because I mean, to me, that was like watching a celebrity you can't get. I know I can't get that dude. I ain't worried about it. But so yeah, but I felt like I don't know, they showed like the strippers and people throwing money, but then when it went to rate them, they weren't even around strippers. So I'm like, so maybe his bachelor party was innocent too. I don't know. I guess we'll see as it progresses. Maybe still
Yeah,
early on, because even then I was like, that's all she doing.
yeah,
Like,
because it looked like she was giving him a little bit of a lap dance when they cut out. So
oh, so see, I don't know if I missed something then, because I didn't really see the strippers come over by them. But like you watch it on different places, like sometimes it seemed like you getting stuff different. I don't know, but I watched it on the Wii, so I should have got everything. But I don't know. But their scene to me was more mild. The only thing I would add that's of importance, her family and friends, minus the sister, are some haters. Like I swear, these people want them to break up so bad, because I feel like they were just trying to find ways to like bring issues. Like, they're all like, "Oh, I wonder what he doing and this and that." Like now I don't know if they saying like, because this is boring and we should be seeing strippers. Because yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think strippers are just terrible, but like I would have been mad at that came in. Like, first of all, is that the only one? Because like that ain't doing it. The whipped cream on the like, what is that?
yeah,
The
she
girl.
had
It's
a lame one.
Yeah, that was whack. I'm like, was
Yeah,
somebody supposed to lick that off or something? Because I ain't doing that. Then it's like, I don't know what the point of that was, because that to me it made the scene awkward, because it's like you came in and brought what, it's like what's the point of this scene, um, and then that dude wasn't even like built or nothing. Like, if you're gonna do that, bring in somebody that's like built and like, what I'm saying, they come in and you like, oh snap, is he gonna rip away the pants? Because that's what you want to think, at least. Because I thought, I'm like, they got strippers, and then he came. But
yeah.
I just felt like her friends and family were kind of messy. Other than the sister, who the sister was like, I don't think Ray gonna do nothing crazy. The rest of them just seem like they're part of the problem on why she can't be secure in her relationship, is when you got people like that that's constantly making you feel like your man is probably gonna do something wrong. Then you're like, well, maybe he will. I don't know. Everybody keeps saying it, and it's like that's not even probably the case. So I didn't care for that. That I felt like you can look out for her, but the whole group didn't need to be that way. And I felt like it was like nobody was positive about it except the sister.
I wish I
And
could get Brittany's friends to become Taylor's friends from Taylor and Chance so that they could tell her, look at Chance. Chance is garbage. He's dusty. He is dusty. That's what I kind of wish. What did y'all think about the whole cupcakes and the drinks?
Um, it was very mild.
Yeah, very boring, kind of like. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
I think that would have been cute for a bridal shower, but I was like, y'all supposed to be turning up right now.
Yeah, and I guess if you don't want to turn up, that's cute, but it's like I don't know. If I think he might be turning up, then why not? Like it ain't like nobody's finna cheat. If you go
Yeah.
see some strippers, let me see some strippers. We both see strippers. We both smell like that little baby powder oil or whatever it is they put on and call it a day. We go take showers and then we hang out like we do. I'm like, I don't know. It was kind of mild, but then at the same time, it to me it was Brittany because she's so like I'm so high class, like oh, and then one last thing. I'm sorry, y'all. One last thing. So my friend, who she also didn't really watch the show either, but she was sitting there watching it with me when I was watching it before the show. She was like, "Oh snap!" She looked like she been in prison, and I'm like, "No, no, 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 it's Ray." Like in the picture of them, when they show at the very beginning, when they show the picture of the two people,
Yeah.
and I said, "No," I said, "Actually, her wigs have gotten better." And then when she saw her, she's like, "Yeah, she looks way better." I'm like, "Yeah, she's getting better with the wigs and all that." I said, "So that original picture of her, they probably just switch it out, but they won't." So I'm like, "Yeah, she might not. She's not the prisoner." And like, she just had terrible wigs, the wish wigs, and now she's got actual human hair. What I'm saying, invisible lace. Like
Yeah, she
she
got
doing her
some
thing now.
wigs and
Yeah,
yeah.
she didn't invested her money now better, and she definitely like it ain't just that old cheap thing that like is sitting on her head that she used to have. So I was like, yeah, she's not the prisoner, but I was like, it's just funny that somebody else saw the terrible hair and was like, dang, and thought that what I'm saying,
Yeah.
not to be a hater on her because I mean, like I said, Brittany came up, and even the sister, everybody looked better. So I was like, do it, and like I said, I'm like all for the sister because good and well this girl's gonna marry him regardless of what y'all saying. So stop bashing the dude. Like let's just support because this is what we're here for. That's all I got.
Okay. So be or shine. Who wants to jump in next?
I most definitely am not gonna have cupcakes and drinks at my baby. I'm finna be laid out on the floor. I don't care how
Cupcakes
ratchet
on
we get in
top,
there.
right? You putting cupcakes in.
Yeah,
Eat
we're
them.
gonna have a cupcake fight or something. Like it's gonna be something fun, not just oh yes.
Decorating cupcakes.
No, like we finna get married the next day, so it's already trust and everything understood. So yeah, we turning up all the way. That's actually where I stopped there on the show because I didn't finish the whole episode. But
Mhm.
that's exactly why I stopped there. Strip came in and he had it all on his chest, and I was like, I was with Reese on that one. Like, you would think that they would have chose somebody who was like extra built, had on like a whole little outfit or something.
I was
But
waiting for his music to start playing. No music, no nothing. I'm like, what is going on here? This is the
yes,
bachelorette party I've ever seen. Like, mm-mm.
She said bachelorette party. I thought it was gonna be all crazy up on that thing, but no,
Yeah, she got all dressed up for this.
for that. uh-uh.
Hey Alexa, wake up. Sorry, I'm.
And it
Darn
happened.
Alexa, I always in somebody's business. Yeah, darn Alexa.
That's JJ, not knowing that I'm doing like a whole YouTube right now. This is a first, y'all. This is a first for real.
Hey JJ.
Hey,
So B, so B, tell me, what did you think about Ray's friends, or was me and Reese the only two thirst trapping and?
Okay, was that at the bachelor party?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make it that far.
Oh, okay.
Though I said I stopped right when they started showing like the cupcakes and drinks. But I'm most definitely finna I'm finna hop on that as soon as I get off of here.
Look, yeah, and then let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a text you for sure, for sure.
yeah. Gotta know. All right, Sean. So tell us, what did you think? You don't have to tell me what you thought about the bachelor party's men's looks. I
Yeah,
respect
that's
that.
why I turned my camera off and the volume off, so that y'all ladies can thirst trap amongst yourselves. So, but Brittany in the beginning, when she was being the mother figure for her son, telling him not to go out and drink and party and come back smelling like strippers. Uh,
Mm,
so
I'm
I was,
sorry, I just realized what he said. No, you didn't.
yeah, 'cause that's what
Mother figure for her son.
uh, that like was her son and not her soon to be husband.
yeah,
I'm saying that because you still on parole and you need to be on your best behavior. I was like, dog, she is really tripping, And then I'm glad he went on and said, well, what about you? Because she said that I'm a prize and you got a lot to lose. Well, hey, glad he stood up and said, well, I'm a prize too. Don't you go out there and act a fool as well because you can lose this as well. And she's like, again, how she always turned it about her, saying that it's not about you, it's not about me, it's about you. I don't want you to mess up. I don't want you to do this. But I was like, dog, so they're telling me that you're gonna go and do what you want to do, and he just need to suck it up, you know. Even though she did have a little corny party, but yet still, uh, yeah. Other than that, I don't really have much to say about them. And that's who he wants to be with. She should see that because like he said, he have done a whole lot of stuff. Oh, because she was saying that you need to be on your best behavior because you wants to be pleasing to my father or make a good impression on my dad. So when she said that, I was wondering was his her dad was going to be at the bachelorette party as well,
yeah,
and
because they're about to get married. You don't have the bachelorette and bachelor party until right before the wedding. What is it, like the night before or something like that, or a couple of nights before?
yeah.
So,
So
like,
what?
it's a little late for that lecture, Brittany.
Yeah. So what blessing, So y'all gonna get married with the dad being there or not? That's what Ray says, and Ray wanted a cheap wedding anyway, so he would prefer that they just went down to the courthouse and just got it cheap and went on about their business. You about to say something, B?
Yeah, cause that was my thing too, the daddy blessing. Cause I'm like, you want him to respect your daddy blessing, but at the same time, you still willing to go on with the process like you finna still get married. So it's like, do you even care about your daddy blessing and why you keep bringing it up to him if you still going through the process like y'all finna get married? Like, I don't understand that.
Right.
Yeah, I don't either, because she know that she gonna go cry on her daddy's shoulder and daddy gonna what you call it, because we know us men to our daughters we soft. So
All righty then. Okay, so I'm gonna go on to Chance and Taylor. Y'all know this couple here stresses me out. All right, so we see that Chance and Taylor they're touring a wedding venue. And so, they're talking to the lady. She's telling them what they can do with the venue. And Chance his harebrained ideas, and he just really loves trying to put stuff together, I guess, because he came up with this harebrained idea of putting water on the floor, so it look like Taylor is walking on water as she's coming down the aisle, and talking about the girls can throw rose petals into the water and stuff. And so the wedding venue is like, no. And I'm thinking that could be an insurance issue with them. Why would they say they would be okay with y'all pouring water onto the floor? Um, yeah, and then so Chance lets Taylor know that he wants to take out a loan for their wedding because he says he now has a 750 credit score, which really bothers me. I don't understand how a ex-con bank robber has credit like this already. I don't get it. I just really don't. Um, And so Taylor ends up telling him, she finally reveals to him that she's pregnant. And so, he asked her a couple of questions like, well, how long have you known this? Then he's like, oh, I think you're going to have a girl. Oh, I hope we have twins and they're twin boys. And he's just saying all of this stuff. And so, he tells her, well, since she's pregnant, they really need some assets. So then he starts telling her about the house that he wants to buy. But he's telling her he wants to buy that house and rent it out. And then he wants to rent out her house. And then they move into a rental. And then they use the two properties, the extra from the two properties, to pay the rent on whatever rental they're in. Well, Taylor doesn't like it. And I totally get why she would not like it. And he tells her that her fears are going to hold them back as a couple. So I'm like, okay, so now you're slick giving her an ultimatum. You slick telling her you're going to leave if she continues on with her fears, but her fears are warranted, right? And so, uh-oh. Okay, so then they end up showing them back at their house. So Taylor's girls are making welcome home signs for Bobby, which I don't want Bobby to go back to that house. I don't. I don't. I feel I wouldn't be shocked to learn that he gave Bobby the drugs that she used to OD with. I believe he probably did. And so Chance is really laying it on thick about they need to go ahead and get married. And he ends up telling her maybe he should reconsider everything because it seems like she's reconsidering things. I'm like, why does he keep throwing out these threats at her? Like, okay, so I'm not gonna go in on them. I really want to go in, but I'm not. Um, I want to hear everybody else's thoughts about Taylor and Chance this week.
Control. He's
Yeah,
a probably narcissist who wants control. So he's doing those threats of leaving, those threats of, oh, if you ain't doing it this way, then it must be because he wants to be in control. And it reminds me kind of even like Eric, kind of how he is like just controlling. So now, mind you, I don't think that. So somewhere I missed. This is why you can't be rushing and watching episodes either. Because somewhere I missed that they were gonna. He was gonna also sell the house that he wanted to buy, or he was gonna rent the house he wanted to buy out. Because I'm like, dude, y'all need a bigger place. That's not even a if and or but. Like they need a bigger place. Because how many rooms is in that place? Like two,
I
three.
think only like two, maybe three.
Yeah, I think it's two.
That
And
place is
somehow
small.
the girls got like something that's not really a real room or something. I don't know. Either way, I just feel like they need a bigger place. So him getting a loan, like just get y'all a place, rent out her place. Because what she's saying has validity because you don't want to rent too many places out and y'all new to this and then you can't keep a renter or you it don't rent. Now you stuck with two mortgages and rent. Like I feel like start off, rent this one, you buy this one, move into this one, rent this one. And then if it goes well, either buy another rental or buy y'all a bigger place and then move out of this one. But I feel like give it some time. Like y'all just started this. So let them pay that mortgage or the rent that'll pay this mortgage. And you still living mortgage free if that renter is also paying your mortgage. When you start doing too many, I feel like, yeah, it's going to make you extra income. But if you get a bad renter or somebody who ain't trustworthy, like it can also be a bad decision. And my friend is watching him. She did make a point. Like you don't tell things like that when you have those big business plans and these type of things. You don't tell it to somebody who doesn't know anything about it or who's like I guess on a lower level because like somebody who's like I'm gonna start a business from scratch. I'm doing A, B, and C, but they got a plan in action. If you come to me, I'm be like, well, what about this? What because I don't know what I'm talking about. So you take it to somebody who knows what's going, knows about this type of thing, and say, this is my plans, and then they can actually give you advice on how to what I'm saying, what to do, how to execute it. But you telling somebody who don't know anything about this, it does sound like you just jumping the gun and you doing too much.
And he needs
Um,
to understand her fears that she's about to
yeah,
have four babies.
yeah,
And if
yeah,
this plan
yeah,
don't work, how am I going to feed these four babies? And I think
yeah.
he's thinking about
And
that.
I do understand it. And that's why I say if they move, it makes sense to either sell her house because right now the market is good to like get money off of it or rent it out. And the rent right now is so high that it probably can pay the mortgage as well as the rent. And then you getting this house paid off, or if this house is paid off, then you get all of the money. You know what I'm saying? Minus what you put aside for incidentals or whatever. Or even use a more property manager, and yeah, you pay them a cut, but then they do all the incidentals and all that type of stuff. So I don't know. I mean, there's ways around it where it could work, and if you have that extra house to rent off and have, you know what I'm saying, why not? But at the same time, I get her fears. And if that's the case, sell that house and move. But either way, they need to move. Like that house is not it. Because I'm sorry, when they said they were moving Bobby back into her room and they were showing the room, I swear I thought they were still in the garage. I'm like, is that a plywood wall right there? Like that did not look like that should be inside the house. Like I was like, dude, there's something like the wood or whatever. It did not look like nothing nice. And I'm like, and I'm not trying to bash her house, nothing like that. But
It was the garage.
no, they moved her back into the room.
No, no, they moving her back into the garage, back into that room. That's her room. Because the little girl had said, is she moving back in the house? And he's like, no, she's going into her room, the room that
Yeah.
they've supposed to been making.
Yeah, but at one point they were in the room. And the room looked like it wasn't finished either to me.
Okay.
And then because you could see, like when they were in the room, you could see the doors because the garage and the room were like back to back. And I was like,
in the
oh,
garage,
dang.
or to the
You're
the
talking
area.
about the little room like that he's turned into, I guess, a bedroom for her because they were making up the bed in
Is
there.
that part of the garage?
Yeah.
Oh, ew. So she's staying in the garage still.
Mm.
She's not coming back in the house.
Mm-mm.
Oh, shoot. I really thought that would bring her. When she said she's going back to her room, I thought they meant back in her room and not the garage. I'm so confusing. So the house ain't as raggedy as I think. It's just still that garage is just crappy.
Yeah, the garage is just crappy.
So he
Chances.
built a room inside the garage. So she got like a little mini cheap 1 bedroom type thing. Like, so he built her a little room inside where she had the couch. That old couch looked like, I don't know where y'all got
Yeah,
that from.
because remember she
And,
had the couch and that's what she was sleeping in. So now it
yeah,
looks like they built a bedroom, an actual bedroom, and they got a bed in there now. But I was wondering, I was like, I wonder if those mattresses are as nasty as that couch was.
that's what I'm saying. That couch is nasty. So,
Yeah.
okay, so this chick then OD'd and all this stuff, and y'all gonna put her right back in that room. And then you talking about don't touch stuff because the fentanyl may still be in there. And you're gonna put her back in there. Ain't nobody trying to clean it or nothing like that. We're just gonna throw her back in there with the fentanyl. So if she touch it and OD again, then she gonna look bad.
Look,
Like I don't get it. I'm
Vincent probably
confused.
laced that room with fentanyl.
Probably, probably, and that's why he's saying don't touch it because he know he put it in random places. Don't touch nothing because I don't know where it could have got moved around. Hey, don't tell him.
Right.
He probably did lace it. But my thing is like, why are y'all like putting her in this raggedy? Just move to a bigger place. If this chick is paying rent or whatever, move to a bigger place. Like, because honestly, I thought that maybe that was her room. But y'all right, because her room is on the other side of the living room, ain't it?
I think so.
I think when you go in, it's like on the other side. So I don't know. I just remember there being like that wall, and then kids was jumping and stuff. And then I think her room was on the other side or something. I can't remember. But anyways,
It is.
I thought they were moving her back in her room. So okay, now it makes sense that it still looked raggedy, like it was still in the garage. And I'm like, if that's what the inside of the house look like, they need to move. Because that's what messed
But
me up. I was like,
yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna jump in there for just a second. But think about it, even if they get a bigger place like that place in St. Louis that he wants to buy,
the 3 bedroom.
was enough rooms for Bobby to be in that house. But he was still talking about he's gonna get some shipping containers and put her outside in that.
But honestly, a shipping container would be better than that garage.
It would be.
I've
It
seen some nice,
is
they done made some nice tiny houses out of shipping containers. So if
that's
you
very
really put the work into it, she
With
could have
this,
a nice little
but
mini house.
that's the
I've
thing
seen
what you said.
people convert garages and it looked better than what Chance has done
Yeah,
to that
yeah,
garage.
he's terrible. He
No,
need to
that's
hire me.
like
Yeah,
he said.
he's
If
not good
he
at
put the
construction.
yeah, if he put the work in it, but he's not going to put the work in it because it's
No,
not him. So
no.
yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, so when you putting her stuff up and it's looking like a plywood right there, like, first of all, what is that? Is that plywood for real? Because, like, is that even safe? Like, 'cause I mean, is the insulation? Like, what am I looking at right there? Like, I don't get it. Because, like, even in my garage, it's still a solid wall. So if you saying plywood, and I'm like, well, shoot. Like, all the insulation, all the stuff like is exposed or something. Like what is really going on? And I get it, not every garage is whatever, but it's just to me, if you're gonna put somebody in there and paint that mess, do something to make it feel more like it's part of the house and not like I'm in the garage. Because even I mean the little AC unit, I'm like, it just all looks like it's just you're like surprise, we renovated, but you didn't do nothing, but you just moved my stuff outside and put an AC unit here and put a couch in here, and then you put a little plywood wall up. Like you didn't do anything. And that's why I'm like, the more they show it, the more terrible it looks on his part for what he said he renovated and put his work in. And you remember they showed him like hammering and doing stuff like he was really
Yeah.
in it. You just built the plywood wall. You could have probably propped that up with, I don't know, a couple nails and some rocks and called it a day. You didn't need to do all that hammering you was doing because really it looks cheap. Like it looks like garbage. And that's probably why, again, like I said, she tried to kill herself because who wants to live like that? Like she
Right.
probably said, "Is this what my life has become?
Right. Laying
Fentanyl,
on a
fentanyl,
nasty
fentanyl." However you do it, I'm
couch.
just
Yeah.
like,
Because you remember, she didn't even take her shoes off when she went to bed. She went to
no.
sleep with her
She
shoes
put full
on.
clothes and then that blanket, and she pulled it up like, all right. I'm like, she looks so uncomfortable and so unhappy, and I'm like, and that's your twin sister, and I mean, if you don't want her there, then say, can you move because we are now a family? With I don't know, but to do that to
Look,
me is just rude.
they need her to babysit those kids. And now that
They
she's about
need
to
her money for
have
the
a fourth
rent too,
one, look,
the
and now that
mortgage,
they're about to have a fourth one, they definitely need a babysitter.
and they need her money for that mortgage because they're gonna have a fourth one, so they need that extra income. So if
Mm,
you're gonna do that, I'm sorry, I'm not paying mortgage if I gotta live in this crap. Like I'd be like, then I need to be paying y'all instead of, let's say she paying 600 a month, I need to pay two for this because
no,
at least 400.
I'm gonna demand that they pay me to live there.
Yeah, true. Pay me,
That's what I want. I want to be paid to live in
pay
this.
me when I watch your kids as well as to live here. Like now, I'm a living nanny. Pay me. Since
Yeah.
this is what you want me to do, now I'm a living nanny. Pay me. Because that's garbage to put somebody. That to me, you don't do that to nobody. That's her sister, her twin sister. Like to me, that's the respect you got for her sister. Like that's not cool. And so I don't know. And now that I know it's back to the garage. Okay, I'm not gonna bash her house because I don't remember seeing nothing else unfinished like that in her house. But I just felt like I was like, if that's in the house, ew. Like their house don't look like it's that old. But yeah, I mean, so like I said, I do understand where Chance is coming from on some stuff though. Like he legit, like you're backtracking on a lot of things. And it's like, granted, I feel like he is pushing her to get married really quick. However, you was also in agreement to it. So if you in agreement with it, you know what I'm saying? You got the right to backtrack, but at the same time, like you better have better reasons behind why you backtracking. Like I don't know. Cause I mean he's still all on board for we got this baby coming, blah blah blah. For him to say twins, that's stupid because y'all ain't got money like that, I don't think. And then, last but not least, that credit score thing. I'm like, even my loan, granted, I had a loan that was a little bit more than what he had initially, you know what I'm saying? But like approved pre-approval, that was a little bit more than what he had. However, I know he's not making the amount of money I make, nor, you know what I'm saying, at the time, like I got my credit score up pretty good too. And I'm like, but I still was not getting that type of offer for somebody who just came out of jail and somebody who was a freaking bank robber. I'm sorry, like you're not trustworthy right now, when you haven't even
Wait,
been out long enough.
that's what blows my mind is that he's a bank robber and the banks are offering
Multiple times in jail, wouldn't it?
us.
Didn't he have multiple charges? Like that was just the most current one or something.
That
Like
is,
I don't think he just did one stint and that's it. Like I
yeah,
think he had been kind of in and out for a little while, and then now he's like changed his ways after this last one. And I'm like, so you ain't had time to build up no good credit, because I'm sorry, like you in jail, like I'm almost sure like you probably have no credit, and no credit is like having bad credit, unless you either got debt or probably no, you know what I'm saying? Like either your stuff done got paid off, or but I don't think you're using credit cards because you can't in jail. At least I didn't think so.
but
I don't
yet
remember
again, here
doing it.
goes banks giving him stuff. And it's like, are you
And
kidding
it
me?
ain't even just that. He also got that truck. And I'm like,
Again, a bank has given him
And the rims. And the
again.
rims. They gave him a loan for the
Yes,
rims.
and the rim plate
It's
gave
like,
him. Yeah.
and here I am still getting messages from Toyota saying that I am a person of color, and I probably got, back in the day, granted the money they saying they got in the court, obviously it's like pennies and nickels, you know what I'm saying? However, but because I was discriminated against, possibly discriminated against by Toyota with my interest rates, this is the second time I've heard about this lawsuit. Like I got like one check one time, a small check, and now they still talking about another little tiny check. And I'm like, how much discrimination did Toyota get? And of course, here I am still with a Toyota and probably will continue with Toyota. I love the abuse, I guess, the discrimination and abuse. However, because I still love my car. But it's like,
Well, at least you got a check. I ain't getting no check. I got Toyota,
oh,
and I'm black. The last time I looked,
Hmm.
it might have
Oh,
been a time
still,
frame, and maybe
uh,
you've had your car
and
longer
then
than
it's
me,
just a
probably.
they
flaw.
are they are
So
still discriminating against you,
when
Sean.
did you get your car? What year?
2012.
Me too. So yeah, you probably was part of that then. I don't know. Somehow you got lost in the sauce then, because that's when I got mine, was 2012.
Mm.
And I'm still hearing about it. And I'm like, so okay, Toyota discriminating. You know what I'm saying? Here it is, like years later. This 2012, it's 22. And I'm still hearing about this. But yet this man comes out of jail as a bank robber. And it's like you get a house loan that's big compared to, especially being in Mississippi, I'm sure like 200 goes a long way. You
Oh,
talking
they're
about
in
I
Missouri.
got I got like that
Missouri.
here in Florida, like two something, and I'm like, or 300, and I'm in Florida, which 300 is pennies in Florida.
But
So I'm
see,
like,
Missouri, because
hmm?
the house that he was looking at
Oh
was in
yeah,
St. Louis, and she
my
said she
bad,
was in
my
St.
bad.
Louis.
Yeah, you're
It's
right,
Lindsay
Missouri.
that's in Mississippi. Lindsay is in there. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad, Miss. I was thinking that, but okay, so in Missouri, so it is kind of expensive. So then I would take it back. But what he looked at wasn't a bad house because the inside was actually pretty nice. Like I was like, that's not a bad place at all. Like they probably should move because it looks way better. Got the backyard. It looks really nice compared to where they at. And but I'm just really blown over this whole interest rates and loans. And I'm not interested. I don't know what his interest rate is, but the fact that he's getting these loans back to back, like he ain't just get out of jail. Like this dude found a job. He got was able to buy a car, potentially gonna buy a house, bought these rims. Like you letting this man build up all this credit when he was robbing banks.
Yeah.
And here it is, us
Yes,
honest people, we work, we work hard, and you tell us, get your score up, do this, do that.
we need a
Um,
down payment. Yeah.
down payments. Um, we need more history. We need this and that. You know what I'm saying? But here this man
Where's
straight out of
your
jail bank
cosign?
robbing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
co-sign.
bank robber is just walking into
And was
car,
able to get it
getting
without
what
his
he wants.
wife. He didn't
Yeah.
need her to co-sign.
Mm.
Get it. I don't need you. I'm gonna go buy a house, buy a car, buy these rims without even telling you because I don't need it because I got this great credit score and I don't even understand how his credit score is right there. Like what the heck was somebody else pretending to be you with your credit and working on your credit when you was in jail? Like I don't get it. I don't understand.
And if he used credit repair, I want to know what credit repair company did he
Let's
use? So we got
hey
Egypt.
Egypt.
Oh, hey, our sis is in the building.
Hey girl. But how did he get it that high straight out of jail? That's what I want. That's the golden question. Like, how did he get it that high? It's so hard to get like your credit score that high, like without just being like absolutely perfect. And even when you're perfect, it's like it's still just it. You know what I'm saying? Like it still be like this. They're like, well, you still got this and that, and it's like, okay, I pay everything off. Now it's here, but now you better start using it because now you just sitting here with it. It's I don't know how he did it.
Yeah, the only thing that I can think of is maybe he's got some kind of shisty scam going on, like he's still a scammer or something, and maybe that's what's going on. Maybe I don't know. I don't get it. Let's hear. Anybody have any ideas what's going on? How is this man getting all of this stuff?
I went Reese on that one right there, cause ain't no way.
What up?
For real.
Yeah, this
Wait,
right
you
here is what he walks
you
in
got
there
even look at that tag right there, Sean. Watch your
Yes.
head. That tag right there. On the side of your and them little lines on your not the black or the gold.
Your wall.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. My wall is actually kind of like a tannish creamy colors. I don't know.
Yeah, that part
Everything
I
except not
understand.
the letters or this.
The outside. Outside looking in, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm new, but I had the opposite of Reese. When I came in and I watched it, I was like, he doing too much. He
Right.
doing too much. He really was.
But that
And
was because
when
I
I was
also didn't realize he was trying to rent both. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I was like, you doing too much, and he gave off scammer vibes. Like he that cousin that be like, look, you did get the 50, and then we flip it and make it 5K. Like
Mhm.
he was doing too much to me. And my main part of was with the thinking was if you got to get a loan to have a wedding, don't you think that you may not be ready for marriage yet? Like, it seemed like y'all already finna go into the marriage with debt because you got to get a loan for this, a
Yeah,
loan for that. And then you call yourself working on a house and all that stuff. Like, just fix what you got first.
that part, what you just said. So, with that being said, why are you trying to accumulate these loans if you are so great financially, credit worthiness? Why are you taking all these loans? Something in the milk is not clean.
That's what I'm saying. It gives scammer vibes to me.
Yeah, so if I was Taylor,
I can
I'd
see
be like,
that.
wait a minute, I don't want to get married. You're doing a little too much, boy. You need
I
to
can
sit
see that.
down and chill out
Oh,
and
cute cup.
start,
Sorry, that
yeah.
was cute. That cup.
Oh, yeah, so
And
that's
we are
what
not sponsored by them by any means. Cute cup.
But if they want to reach out, we're more than
Yeah, more than welcome. Reach out. Hey.
Hey,
absolutely.
to
All
me,
right,
it
so
seemed like all of them rushing to get married. Like, and it's like it's almost like they feel as if marriage would fix their situations, and it's not gonna do it. You already don't like the fact that you being pregnant by this person, and you think marriage finna fix that. Like
yeah.
a baby, y'all already finna be connected for 18 years plus.
Hmm.
So marriage is not gonna fix that. You can get divorced any day long, but that baby's still gonna be there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got for that. Cause
But
I'm
you know
like
what? He'll be
scammers.
stuck with them loans, so they get divorced. So, like at the end of the day, like she can
Yeah.
unrent her place, go back home.
They the ones that
Um,
need to get the prenup.
Yes.
and so you
Exactly.
don't get stuck with half of that mortgage.
Yes.
Hmm.
Cause old girl with the prenup, I was like, for what? Like y'all got money like that. Like I don't see what's
Exactly. Wait. Me and my
Yeah, like
mother are
he's
saying that
gonna
too.
take from you a
And
house that you probably paying a mortgage on. He's gonna want to take over that.
and I think was it you, Sean, that was saying like even when they get the house, like if when her parents die and they get the house, it's gonna be split. So it's not like she's getting the whole house or like she's getting all the property or all the assets. It's gonna be split between her and her siblings. And then I don't know if you've watched B, but his family actually has nicer, bigger, better house than her family. So to me, he's coming from more money than she is.
You
From the
know,
looks of it.
I don't know if you saw it recently, but he had said that at his bachelor party when he was telling his friends about her and his prenup, and he's like, my folks are straight.
And I see that's what I'm saying. Russian and no, you know why I didn't catch none of that thirst trapping. Yeah, I heard prenup. Yay, drink to that. I didn't see no stripper come
I
out.
was
I
all
didn't
into the
see.
screen like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like, I said, how you got that many fine friends? Like, you know how they say on TikTok, like, who got two? It ain't no such thing as two pretty best friends. Like, I'm like, and he got two. Like, ain't no such thing as two pretty best friend man friends. And I'm like, well, dang, he got it. Let me quit thirst trapping. He got it. He got it. Wait. B, you eat one of them jelly fruits?
I don't know what this is. Desmond gave it
Girl,
to me.
I don't know if y'all seen on TikTok or whatever people be or on YouTube. They do the little jelly fruit challenge. Me and my homegirl did those when we was like in Orlando, and that mess was like. At one point, she sprayed the whole wall, and I swear it was my outline with the jelly fruit.
It
I was
do
like,
taste
"You
like
got
a
me,
little
you got me."
jello popsicle though. I
Yeah,
I ain't know what it was. I was just like, okay, I'll eat.
yeah, it's like them jelly fruits. Like they bite them, and then you like bite until it pops, and it's supposed you got trying to get it backwards, and then like my homegirl was shooting it forward, and I was like, wow, let me stop being in front of you. She's not doing it right. That's what I said. We was at that time strip place, and they were like, I'm like, you gotta mess these people wild up.
Lord.
Well, they shouldn't have put us in the raggedy one, or we would have been more respectful anyway. We told them that. Like, you got ants here.
But
And,
But yeah,
that
I
was
just saw that
all.
and had to ask.
You good,
hey,
girl.
so
They
Sean,
all
what
just
did you,
seem like they rushing to me.
Mhm.
yeah, they are. They really, really are. Especially Brittany and Bray. Like she done basically put a gun to that man's head.
But they've been together a while now, her and Ray.
They
They
have been
have been
together a
together.
while now, but from day one, she was trying to
Oh
run
yeah.
down the aisle.
Is that the
She
one that was
want she
crying
want
in
the
the
baby.
corner?
She want everything right now. Hmm?
Is that the one that was crying in the corner?
No, 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 no. They are married. The one who ran in the corner
Oh yeah,
crying when
they
she
are
got out
married.
of the car. Yeah, the
Every
one
time
who
I
got the
see him, I
escort
just say
wife.
protein tank,
Oh,
Yeah,
Chaz.
Chaz. Yeah. Yeah,
protein tank.
that's a whole nother story. But when he ran in that corner, I'm like, I don't know if I want to laugh or be upset. Like it was funny and
It is.
sad.
It's
It
like,
was funny and sad.
and then I was like, really, Chaz? Like, just go home,
Yeah.
find somebody else. Like, you're crying over a girl that she'll give it up to anybody but you, and you crying
Exactly.
over her
And
Like she
then you
cringing over.
literally said you can buy her for $124.
for 30 minutes. Uh huh. So
It was the producers being messy for me. She was like, I let my friend use my account because she blocked out of hers, and they was like, "Well, if she using your account, then
Why your
why
bitch?
your pictures up there?" She was
yeah, she was
She was like,
like,
I'm like,
"Yeah,
answer the question. Answer the question. You got nothing to hide. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Answer the question. So it's
exactly,
like when he goes back and watch this, not only were you proven, you just admitted to it without saying it, and I saw you with Aaron, and you was on the phone with your ex while I'm running over here looking like a stupid, like you know what I'm saying, looking crazy, crying against the wall, like you know what I'm
yeah,
saying. I'm over here doing this, and you, after I don't even realize that I threw a fit, and I was deserving of throwing that fit because you was talking to a man, not a counselor. Like I'm like, you have made this man look like an utter fool. He's supposed to be a dog dad rock star. You messing up his rock star image by making him look so silly.
maybe it's because she don't look at him as a rock star. She thinks he's playing garage band.
Even if it's garage band, you messing up his garage band image. He ain't supposed to be in the corner crying.
Or
When
he's
he
a
threw that
garage
ring
hero.
down, he was supposed to be like, screw you, I'm gone, bye. But
I know.
you waited and pushed, and then he ran to the corner and cried and on TV. You know what I'm saying? And then yet you sat here and said the way he carried himself today, the way
Look,
he was carrying and displayed the character he displayed. All the
yeah,
man did was throw the flowers down to me. That was good character display because he could have slapped you with the flowers. He could have threw the flowers. He could have just turned and smacked everybody with the flowers.
that
Like
part."
could have
He
cussed
was
you
super
out.
nice. You just
yeah,
Could
found
have
and
out
that's
that
why
smacked
your
I
everything
wife
off
was
the
selling
table.
he,
herself, and
he
you brought her flowers.
yeah. Now I would have
Yes,
loved it
yes,
if
yes.
he had said this. Even though normally I wouldn't go for I don't want a man to be aggressive towards a woman, but she deserved it. She told you F off. So why didn't you tell her that's why you and your mama are a hoe? That's what you could have just said that. That would have been good. Like
Yeah.
so don't let her talk to you like this.
I know. She said F off
Like
like
she's
you do
better.
every night for $100. Mm.
Yeah, she's sitting up here talking like she's better than you.
Yeah. Like
That's
you used to be a
irritation.
stripper, your child is, and I ain't even saying nothing wrong with this. But when you try to make it like you're greater than this, and you're coming in here with your character, well, look at your track record. Look at what your child has become based off of what you've taught. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have nothing that you could say about nobody. And again, nothing against no strippers because make your money how you got to make your money. But I guarantee you, it ain't gonna be no stripper sitting there bashing nobody the way she was, making it like, no, you didn't come in here like that and this and unless you got something to hide and you a liar. That's what I'm saying. Like, so hey, that's your profession. Is how you want to make your money. Don't go get married, first of all.
That
Or
part.
if you're gonna get married, marry somebody who's cool with you doing that, which means they probably pimping you.
Yep.
And you know what I'm saying? But don't get mad at the man. Like what he found out is what he found out. He didn't dig for it. It came to him. Now you owe him the respect just to say, like, hey, she borrowed my page. That's not me. Or this is what I'm doing. Take it or leave it. You know what I'm saying? But don't
Yep.
sit here and that like he out of character. He had every right to like smack you with every thorn on that rose. Like,
He was out of character because he brought her some roses. He
yeah,
supposed to
yeah,
brought
yeah.
her $200.
No, not even 200. It don't even cost that much.
Not even that much. That's a
Not
whole
Yeah,
even.
meal.
because look, she
Like,
should give him a discount. He's her husband, so
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? But he out of character because he brought the roses when she didn't even deserve that. Like, chick, you deserve some dandelions picked out of a yard because you ain't really worth nothing nobody paid for but these
That part.
weeds.
That part.
It just she just really y'all know she lately she just been getting me, and I'm like, and for her to bash that dude like that, like was just disrespectful. And
Yeah,
then
he
I
didn't do
know
it
we
for her to deserve it.
we didn't switch all the way couples and junk, but
Not
um
yet.
I know, but that was something that like you know what I'm saying, like because you wouldn't hear when we talked about it, so good points and all that. But it's just like she garbage and she know it. She garbage and she know it.
Hmm.
I don't know if y'all knew that I was trying to imitate, but yes,
That's
she
Yeah, wasn't that pit bull?
sexy and I knew it.
know
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
Um. But yeah, so yeah, that's just pure garbage. And then now that I realize that he's trying to get two houses, yeah, he doing the most. And now that y'all point out the scammer thing, actually, man, that's scary. He could be trying to be on some scamming stuff. Don't
yeah,
lose your house behind this man.
yeah. I don't know how else he's able to pull all of this off. 'Cause that is cray cray. All right, Sean, you want to jump in here with Taylor and Chance? Your thoughts?
Yeah, my excuse me again. My thought on it is that yeah, because when he had told her about his plan, to me he backtracked on what he told his friend because he told his friend that he was gonna get the house and then rent out her house
He
and
did say that.
they stay in the house in his house
That's
basically,
what I thought.
and then move not Taylor, move Bobby to the backyard, give her on the trailer thing. And then he was saying how he would fix it up, and his friend gave him a funny look, like, "Yeah, right, you gonna fix something up?" And then so the friend knows that Chance ain't got no construction skills. Chance know he ain't got no construction skills as well.
Hmm.
Now, also too was about the house because, like I say, he doing too much. But to me, I think the scam that he's going to play is that if he was to convince her to get the other house in St. Louis, that he's going to say, "Oh, it's not wise for us to rent one out. Let us just stay here." So this is his way to get there. And then she goes there and move into the Mick house, and then he will rent out her house. And then eventually he's going to sell her house and then use that money because he's going to be like, it's wise for us to sell that house because we can't afford it. So let's sell your house and then we can pay for, his house or their house. Uh, and how he keep on saying that he have a credit score 750 and he got over 200,000. I don't think he's going to let her sign that lease if he gets that house. I think he's going to put the house in his name and his name
Yeah.
only because the lease, not the lease, the loan is in his name. And he's going to be like, well, I'm paying for the loan. So my name should be the only name on this house, So now, as far as her having second thoughts about getting married, I think her thoughts is coming from his spending habits and she sees how he is with money and she don't wants to marry someone that is just going to spend and accumulate all this debt. And he talking about he can just take a loan out and pay for this, and all that type of stuff. Because in the long run, I think what he might do is just file for bankruptcy and see if he can get whatever he can keep out the
Hmm.
because
That's an interesting take there. He might try to file bankruptcy in. Yeah.
because back in the day, someone had told me when I was had so much debt. That's like what they had did. They said that they knew they had all this debt. They knew they was going to file for bankruptcy. They went on and bought another car, and then they bought some other stuff, and then they went on and filed for whichever title it was, 6 or 5 or whichever one, which allowed them to keep their stuff and file for the bankruptcy and didn't have to pay it. So I was like, oh, okay, that's smooth, but I didn't do that. So that's something I think he might be another a scam that he can pull off, because he can pull it off and some of us cannot. And then from there too, with the marriage thing, how he was talking about building the thing and walking on water. And Taylor was saying, well, you're scaring the woman because the woman was trying to be nice. And she was like, no, you can't do that. Uh, I wouldn't trust him to do it based off, again, his construction skills. It's not so great. So I can see the plywood. He having the plywood on the ground, put some plastic on the ground.
Falling through when it got wet.
Put some bricks on the side of the plywood, and then take some caulk and caulk the bricks so that the water can flow through there. And that's what I see him doing. And then thinking that he did something special, or do it half fast and get it half done and be like, okay, I'm busy trying to take care of the family and work, and I got to spend times with the girls. He had all these excuses why he couldn't finish the project.
Well, he needed to hire a handyman.
Yes, but
See, Miss Taylor need to put her foot down. Like, my sister is not living out of that trap house you done built in the garage. And if you can't finish
Yeah.
it, you need to hire a handyman to finish this.
yeah, and she's not going to live there because he's going to talk Taylor into moving Bobby out. So
Hmm.
that's why he was getting cozy with the in-laws, because he's going to be
Yeah.
like, hey, how about y'all take your daughter, because me and your other daughter is trying to start this family together, and y'all need to step up. And
But they
she's,
don't want her.
well, he's be nice enough. He figured he can smooth talk him, you know.
He
But
probably is. Because he probably going to get Taylor knocked up again very quickly. He going to keep her knocked
But
up.
they want two apparently.
and then the baby thing, I was a little frustrated with that because how she was, he was saying we can do this and we can do that, and she was like, well, what if something come up? And he was saying, what ifs, don't worry about no what ifs and what could, don't be talking up stuff. And then he was like, well, what? And she was acting like she didn't want to say. And then finally she went on and said, I'm pregnant. And then it's like, okay, that was good that he did say, oh wow, that's nice. What if it's a girl? I'm still love the other girls. It would be cool knowing that the man want a son, because he next thing he said, would it be twins, twin boys? Now, if it is twins, like you all said, there's not enough space in that house. They're
And
gonna
that's
need a
enough for what they got.
ride, and even if he moved to the house in St. Louis, that's still not gonna be enough space. Because to me, he seemed like he would be the type that would put his kids before those other children.
Oh, absolutely.
And if
Absolutely.
it's a boy, it will have to have its own room. Because you got all girls.
Right. So then there goes the neighborhood, because
You know
he is.
what? Not to cut you off, but I can see Chance being the type of man that him and Bobby go to the grocery store to buy groceries, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna pay for, my portion and my son's portion, but your girls, you got to cover that."
Yeah.
I can see
Yeah.
him doing it to him. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. And then so with them, yeah, I was her. I would hold off on the marriage a little bit longer, and wait to see how he would act with the kid is born. And then as far as the house thing goes, yeah, I get that when you have a plan and you want to talk to someone, you should talk to someone that have an understanding of what your plan is. But in that case, that's supposed to be his fiance and his wife. So he did need to talk to her.
Yeah,
And
I mean, he need to talk to her, but like
right.
to
And
me, trying to the business aspect of it, like, of course she don't get it. Like, she looking at it from a reasonable, not a business standpoint, but like a we got a baby on the way standpoint.
right.
So you're not gonna get positive out of that because y'all are in a situation where it's like we don't need to be just spending money.
Yeah. And plus two, the positive not getting any positive. Her negativity would be even more so because she see how he is
Hmm.
with a truck.
Yeah.
He bought a truck, and why would you need new rims on this brand new truck? You know,
Hmm. They could have
$3,000.
waited.
Yeah. And then so she's not going to be on board unless he was able to really convince her that they can buy two houses and rent one, which even to me that don't make good sense. Because like she was saying, what if you can't rent out the place? So you stuck with two mortgages and one rent place. And the way he is talking about he could just go out there and make money, all these jobs that he turning down. It sounds like he need to go ahead on and make all that money. But then once he make that money, I think he'll be like, it's my money, it's my money. Or like Nene said, it's my money and my son money. And we're going to take care of ourselves and you take care of your daughters, so. Uh, but yeah, I just see him changing. Not going to be that. Now he could fool me and be a great stepdad to those kids once his child is born. But
The
I
way
just
he,
don't see that in
yeah,
him.
it's like the way he is with those girls. It makes me uncomfortable.
Uh huh.
I don't like. I don't, and I'm not just trying to accuse him of child molestation, but it's like when ever since I saw him rubbing on that little girl's legs, I'm like, what grown man is sitting around rubbing on a little girl's legs like this? I don't know. It's just uncomfortable.
You do gotta
But
be careful because stuff happens and you can turn a blind eye thinking that was innocent and it really wasn't. Could be a grooming. You rubbing on them now. What are you gonna do when she's a little tiny bit older? Or you do have to be careful being bringing girls into the mix with this man. So you do gotta be careful. But yeah, I had one thing too that made me mad. So I forgot about this. When she was like being all weird about. Were you done, Sean?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. When she's been all weird about like saying she was pregnant, and then when she said, "We'll have 4 kids to take care of," he was like, he didn't do the fingers, but I felt like the way his mind was doing, it was
I
like,
didn't catch that.
he didn't do the fingers, but it was just like,
Yeah, it was like he was
"Are you
counting.
telling me you're pregnant?" I'm like, you know good and well this girl got 3 kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when she say 4 kids, you're gonna have 4 kids to take care of. You know what she telling you.
I want to see because they did show us a clip of him talking, and he asked her, "Is that his baby?" I want to see those parts. So they need
Oh,
to
so he
speed
did
things up.
ask because I was going to say at least he didn't ask her that question, but
Yeah.
he
He is going to because I saw a clip. It wasn't this episode, but I think it was the last episode. But yeah, he was like, "Is that my baby?"
When did she have time to cheat?
I don't know. But a man that don't want to be a dad will know that the woman ain't been cheating, but he'll accuse her if he don't
That
want
was
that.
the other part about the show too that I didn't understand. Like every single woman that got pregnant, they was like scared to tell the dude. So I'm like, how would you even want a relationship with somebody that you can't tell them that y'all about to
Yeah.
have a whole family together?
Yeah. There's only one that I feel like should have been scared, and that's because her dude's still married.
Yeah, that one.
And
That
because
one.
he always running away and all that stuff. So like I'd have been like, dang, this dude gonna run back to the wife and leave me with the baby, or he gonna say I tried to trap him.
Did y'all
She's the
talk
only one
about
I feel like had legit reasons. Hmm?
did y'all
Yeah, we
talk
talked
about
about
them
that.
already?
Yeah, you had something to add about it?
Oh yeah, if you got something, let it
No,
know.
I wanted to see because I ain't see that part of the show yet either.
Oh, okay.
After the fact that her ex had called his wife and was like,
Yeah,
"Oh, y'all gonna get a divorce or what?" And they had the little fight in the kitchen and all that
Mm.
stuff.
yeah. Because
What happened with it?
I was mad with old girl because she tried to choke puppy, and it's
Yeah,
like
she
you
did try
know
to put her
this
hands on her.
woman is pregnant. Don't try to put your hands on her. And I don't like to see men getting involved in women's stuff and jumping in women's faces, but I could have understood if Eric got mad by that because, like, you don't put your hands on a pregnant woman.
Mm-hmm.
To me, she was wrong. Like,
Yeah,
why are you hitting up this man' wife and asking
Yeah.
him?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
her if they gonna get a divorce? Like,
yeah,
good she
yeah,
didn't answer the phone because that would have made it even worse.
yeah, yeah. But
But
it's like that's what we were saying too. Before you came on, like, why are you even contact? Like, that's to me, that's something Puppy should have done if Puppy wanted to do it, because she has every right to say, "Hey, this dude is my fiance. Are y'all getting a divorce? So what's the deal? Are y'all still together?" Because that's something that I feel like if she wants to know the truth, that's between her, him, that woman.
Right.
Um, and then we were also saying, like, as the friend, you be a supportive friend, but you don't get that deep in the middle of it. And it really shouldn't have made her that mad. Like, you put yourself in there without asking her. It ain't like she asked you to get in the middle of this and go hard on this and find out this info. And then when she did it, you're like, "What are you doing?" She didn't do that. You did all this behind her back.
see, but the crazy
So
part about that though is like I actually understand her mind frame because what's the name, Puppy, the one that's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
mhm,
The way that she act and carry herself, literally every single question is, what do I do? What do I do now? So
true.
she been leading her and getting
That's
her for to do all these different stuff, following the dude and carrying on and helping her be there for her and stuff. So I mean, I can
Yeah.
understand, like, let me go and take this in my own hand because she gonna ask me what to do
Yeah.
anyway.
true.
I get what you're saying, but my thing is Amber should have told
Talk to him.
Puppy, well,
She
Yeah.
should
this
have.
what I would have this what you should do, Puppy. You need to call his wife, contact his wife's friends. You be the one to go do the drive-by. Like I said, I've done my fair share of drive-bys. Was I sloppy as them? No. But I've done my fair share back in the day. But you could have told her those things, but to sneak and go behind her back. And then I didn't like how she tried to do the whole play on words when Puppy asked her about it. She was like, I didn't call her. You did call her, you just didn't get her on the phone. So don't
Mm,
play. So at that point, if Puppy had put her hands on Amber, I could have understood because you just gonna sit there and lie in my face about what you
mhm,
did and you were wrong. But I
Or
don't know. I just didn't like that her calling herself putting her hands on Puppy when she was in the wrong.
she was
yeah,
in the wrong.
yeah.
Mhm.
But I didn't think about it the way B said it, because she does go to her, and to me,
She
like, when you think
does.
about that part of it, she probably would have been like, "No, no, should we? Okay, let's do it." You know what I'm saying? So in Amber's mind, she probably thinking she gonna say, "Let's do it anyway, so let's just do it." Or she gonna say, "No, no, so let me just do this to just knock this one thing out, so we get these answers." But
Hmm.
is it right? No, it's not, because that ain't your business. It ain't your place. It's for her to do, not you.
That's the
And
only
if
thing.
she don't want to do it, then it don't happen.
Yep.
Right. That's up to her. Maybe Puppy just don't truly want to know. That's why she's not doing it. I mean, some women they don't want to know because then they got to make decisions that they don't want to make.
And she
However, I'm
ain't never
wondering, did
vision.
this drama, maybe that's what triggered her to be like, you know what, I'm filing for divorce. I'm sick of this.
Yeah,
Maybe this ain't the first time women have called her and been in her business like that. Maybe she like, I'm
maybe.
doing
Or
it.
maybe his ex-wife has found a man and he's laying the heat on her. It's like, no,
Yeah,
you need to go ahead and file those papers, girl.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying too. Why is she even going to the wife? Like, you already followed the husband. You know the husband. He right there. Why you not jumping on him? Like, men
Mhm.
file for divorce too.
Yeah. My thing is like, your beef still, like, cause she, even when she said it, like, why would you text the enemy? No, it's not your enemy. That's that man's wife. Like, in reality, he's the enemy if he won't divorce that woman, not that wife. Like, that wife is the wife and the mother of his kids.
The
She
only
ain't
way
the
I
enemy.
Yeah. Now, if the wife is messing with you and we don't see it, okay, that
Yeah,
could be enemy then.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right
yeah,
now, for what we're seeing, the wife isn't even messing with you.
yeah. You been living with this man, what, she said, 2 years? If this wife ain't been bothering you, because you didn't even realize that they still were married, or you didn't realize that they had only separated, like, what, 6 months ago at the point she found out? Um, or no, no, no. Was it a year and a half? He was with her for
They've
six
been
months
together
before
for a
he
year and a half,
they
and
were no, they were together for 2 years, and then he said he had been separated for a year and a half. So that meant 6 months he was still with his wife. And you know what I'm saying? So, and his wife, after 6 months, and suddenly her husband just like, oh, I want to do, and then you with the woman who chances are she knows he was probably messing with her, the one you done moved in with. Now, if she ain't been bothering you, then she definitely is not your enemy. You need to check him, not her.
Yeah, because he was
And
going to her house and everything. Where he
yeah,
gone? To his wife and kids.
yeah. And I mean, and he could just legit be going to see his kids. It may not even be anything because we don't like Nene said, we don't know the wife's situation. We don't know if she got a boyfriend that she been with and wanting to marry or something. They just ain't did it, or we don't know if they still messing around. Like, and they could be,
Yeah, we
but
know they won't
in
show us.
reality, that's still his wife.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah.
like with the whole Sean and Sarah situation. I just found out this week that Sean's wife, that everybody keeps calling her bitter baby mama, she has a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. See, our
So,
boyfriend. If I was a boyfriend, I'd have been like, "That's what you wore to the wedding, with your leg all out like that."
oh, I'd be like,
What
yes,
you trying to?
that. Look, I would have been like, yes, that's what I wore because I need to show all those bitches what he used to have.
But see, as the boyfriend, I'd be like, "But you don't need to. Like,
Okay.
you ain't need your thigh all out like that. Like, split up to here, and then that wedding ain't about you." Now, mind you, I ain't mad at her for doing it, but I'm saying she got a man. Like, that's different. Like, I'm sure the man probably was like, unless that's how she just dressed anyways. I don't know.
I don't know. But
And that's the
yeah.
dress she chose to wear. Okay. But yeah.
Alrighty. So, any other thoughts on Chance and Taylor this week, or Chance and I mean Taylor and the scammer? Just
Not
about.
that his math, like I thought my math skills was like, you know what I'm saying? You give me some big numbers and be like, divide that by something. I'm like, dude, don't do that. Multiply it, don't do that. Let me get some paper or a calculator. Try to put me on blast. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not subtracting. I'm not doing nothing with big numbers unless they're like even and easy. They're like, so you tell me we got 4 kids to take care of, and I know I'm only taking care of 3. I'm like, where does the other one coming from? Unless you pregnant. We got 3. It took him a little too long to be like, unless production did that to him and made him look stupid, because they kind of did. I'm like, okay, your math skills is terrible.
This is messed up because
And
he's
this the
supposed to.
same one that wants to rent out all these places, and your
Yeah,
math skills was that bad off of 4,
and we're also forgetting he's
3
also
plus
supposed
rent.
to be Brad Pitt's cousin. Ain't that what he said? He's related to Brad Pitt. Where? But I guess.
Scammer.
Yeah.
Liar and scammer.
But just because you created fake credit cards in Brad Pitt's name does not mean you're related to that man.
That part.
Oh man.
I mean, Tyra Banks is my cousin.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
We can say whatever we want to, whoever
Yeah,
we want
yeah,
to.
yeah. Whoever you think is your celebrity looking like, you want to try to say that ain't your celebrity looking like. What you doing?
Right.
On his
Angela
worst
Bassett is
day.
my Amy.
Oh, Brad Pitt's worst day. That ain't your celebrity looking like. Get out of here.
All right, well, that was this week's episode. Alrighty, so make sure you hit the like button before you leave the room, as well as subscribe if you watched it this long and this far through. And catch us next week. We'll probably be on Saturday next week. So just catch us in for the next episode of Love After Lockup / Life After Lockup. All right, so thank you for watching and bye.